Oh, good morning, and today's game in the cabin is another game of black powder, and this time it's the American Civil War. And once again, behind the camera is my friend John, and he'll be playing the Union side today, and I'll be playing Confederates. The game, as you can see, is centred around this river, or run, and the Union need to come across the river in force and push the Confederates back. The Confederates start off with 2 brigades of 4 regiments in each one, whereas the Union have 3 brigades, one of which being the much vaunted Iron Brigade, which you can see up there on John's right flank. We've added a twist into this game today. There are Confederate reinforcements on the way, and their mission is to not only bolster the defence of the Confederate line, to stop it getting rather formulaic and boring. The Confederates then will have to go on the attack and try and take that side of the bridge. Now, the Confederate forces are one of the brigades, I haven't worked out which one yet because I forgot, has smoothbore muskets, and they have artillery up on the hill which can fire across rank 48, and being a slightly smaller battery, they have the stats of 3, 2 and 1, as opposed to the Union, who have larger batteries and they have stats of 4, 3, 1. The Confederates have the rebel yell. Smoothbore brigade have the pour it on special rule, and I think that's about it, John. The command rating for all commanders today is 8. There's a few skirmishes dotted around, but mainly it's a regimental action. So, over to you, John.
So, attempting to push across the bridge, on my right flank I have the Iron Brigade, who have stamina 4 as a reflection of their tenacity. I've got a standard brigade of, does a quick count, 4 battalions, one of which, and we've opted to have the Zouaves having the, they've got breech loading rifles and my slightly better artillery, and then an almost identical brigade on the left flank facing off against the bridge.
Any idea what your plan is?
No, yeah, I've learned from the last time not to show you my plan.
Okay.
I think it's going to have to be get into a firefight and see if anything, see where the weaknesses move up. I think the increased stamina Iron Brigade might be called upon to ford the river. I think we said the river's fordable throughout.
Yeah, that's right, yes.
But it's difficult terrain.
Yes, it's take, you move up to the river, stop, and then cross one move. And if you get stuck in the river, there's no firing out of the river. And it's the Confederates' first battle. Today, these are the guys I swapped with Stephen for my Viking army, and hopefully they won't suffer from...
New model syndrome.
Yes, new model syndrome.
Right, so we will start anywhere, it's fine. Right. It's whether I break them down this early. I think I will. This unit are going to march one move forwards into a line, and then a sideways move along this fence.
Very good.
So that we can end up in line along this fence. No, they're not. It's going to be an 11. That's the Iron Brigade.
Free move.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Will it just be for that one regiment, will it?
Yes. I think I still want to take it. Right, and then a no move there. Right. On this side, we're going to start with a artillery move as far as we can get up to here and unlimber. 7. +1 is 6, so that is 2 moves. However, they only move 6 inches, so I don't think that's going to be. Oh, I don't know. So that's their first move. It's whether. Am I able to
I think so.
unlimber like this
Yeah,
and then
shift them along a bit.
pirouette them around?
I think he must be hoovering along because he's got a plastic lawn.
Right, so that's good. However, they can't fire because that was 2 moves. These guys are going to move as far as they can. 1 move. I don't think I can form into line in 1 move because that's there. So it's going to be 2 moves forward and form into line. No, they're not because it's another 11.
But you get the free move.
Free move. Thank you. Which I will forget successively every time.
Oh, sorry, reminding you certain points of the game. What we didn't mention is the cover today. The fences will give cover from small arms, but not artillery, and the walls will give protection from small arms and artillery, as does the woods.
Brilliant. We're going to start with this. I think we're going to push the skirmishers straight forwards to the line of this wood line. 7. So that is 1 move.
There's 2 moves because you're in column.
Oh, we're in column,
Yeah.
so yes, I will take that. I don't have to change formation with skirmishers though, do I?
No.
Good. Right, this column are going to march to this line and form a square. Form a line. They're going to march, yeah. They got +1, that's 7, so that's 1 move.
It's all very tentative.
I think my mental faculties are breaking down.
It's quite early.
In fact, I will attempt to march these guys, the Zouaves, again up to here to form a line. That's a 5, so they can do that. So there, and then we'll form a line. So at last, I've got somebody in a reasonable position. Quite a big jump, but I think that's right.
I think so.
I will attempt to get the limbered artillery into this corner. And if they have enough, I don't think they will. No, it's going to be 3 moves. And it's going to be 1 move. Oh no, +1 for
Limbered.
limbered, so that's going to be 2 moves. And they're 12 at a time, so I'm going to make it about there. I'm going to march these guys. Is this field going to count as rough terrain?
No, let's keep it as.
So they're going to march into this field and form into line here. However, they are -1.
But with column, those are there
So it's
on
on
par.
par, yeah. And that's a 7. So that's going to be 1 move. We're going to have to take fire in column of march.
Yes.
As ever. Right, what to do with this last bunch? I think I might leave them there, but I will move my commander artfully there. Brilliant. And that's my turn.
Okay, no firing.
Any firing?
So first of all, I need to decide which is the brigade with the smooth balls. So 4, 5 or 6, it's these ones here. So they got the smooth balls. Over here, my artillery got a range of 48. What do we see? I think. So they're in. So sorry.
Oh no, I suspect they are. That's just there.
Yeah.
That's comfortable.
So I'll take one pot shot at you there. 4 ups.
I think it's +1 for them being in column of march, and -1 for being
Long.
long range. So I think that's a 4 up on balance.
It is artillery firing at column. So that's 3, long range 4. 6,
Ooh.
disordered.
So that is a disordered.
And you make a save.
Oh yes, for mine. And that's -2,
Minus
so it's
2.
a save on a 6. Which he does not, so they take.
So first blood to the rebels. And this gun battery down here. You're going in range straight down the middle there, John.
Yes.
I think. Oh, you get cover there because you're clipping
Okay.
me. No, so that's not good. So back to you.
Right.
What I'll do, I'll take 4 cards. That one there. Right. Reinforcements turning up.
Right, so we're on turn 1, we have to remember. Is this turn 4?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't get to know.
No,
Shocker. Right.
I'll forget.
We'll start with this unit advancing to the line. Advancing, this is called a wall. Advancing to the wall and forming a line. Advance. 7, that's actually 2 moves, so we get there. Perfect.
I can't remember who's got the muskets. It's this one, isn't it?
Yes, which is helpful for winning a firefight across a river. However, that's just perfect
Oh, look at that.
for keeping my cavalry, my artillery. What's wrong with me this morning? Right. Some kind of
Aneurysm.
yeah. It's all the excitement. I will attempt to move these guys up to the line of the bridge, and we're going to form a line mostly in that wall, but it's going to have some guys out in the open. So we're going to form a line along that wall. 9 plus 1, that becomes an 8.
Yes.
They are within range, so that's a 1 move forwards.
This is going to be difficult if you're popping away and I can't return fire.
Oh yeah, that is rough actually.
Yes.
Do you want to change that because
No,
you'd?
I think we're in.
Okay. It's like that.
Just.
We had a game of bolt action where you sort of the Germans sprung out of the undergrowth with assault rifles, which had 18-inch ranges, and the rather gamey thing that my Americans did was walk 6 inches back. Can't hit us from here.
I do remember that. I think we got that on film, haven't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I was super gaming, but right, these guys are going to do a 6-inch sideways move, shuffling along to make way for the artillery. It's a 7 minus 1, so that's okay. So just going to jog lightly down and preserve their ability to make a move.
Oh dear.
Although what the skirmishers are doing now, brilliant. Firing less shots than these guys. And then I'm going to move the artillery up to the wall and unlimber. That is +1, oh in fact it's 6, so it's 2 moves. So here we go.
It's shuffling the hole a bit further if you want to get that gun in. Oh, this is not good.
It's looking better now. I was feeling right. I think I'm going to hold those skirmishers there. I was thinking, do I get a bit giddy and start running skirmishers across? Because actually then that
Drawing
gives
fire.
you, yeah.
Dirty.
However, I think I'm going to form these guys into a line across here, just because they're pointless sitting around as a column. Come on, yeah. And that's an 8, so that's just. just got my general move, which I actually think I'm going to take to this end, because these guys are the current liability. Right, over on hill, these guys are disordered, so I can't order them to do anything. I'm going to attempt to march the Zouaves up to this fence line and form a line. That is a 7, plus 1 is 6, so that's 2 moves. However, that will still only get them to there on the hill.
Didn't this bloke cut his grass last time we were playing?
He does every
did,
time.
yeah,
He
yeah.
doesn't do it once a day. Right, I'm going to send the skirmishers as far forward to this line to the other outside of the woods. That's a 4.
Very good.
So they will get out here. However, that's more than 2 moves, so they won't be firing until next turn. You can start a shooting match with them. I will. It's getting crowded because I want to put them across there. Or do I put them into there?
General's quite far back.
Yes, I think he definitely needs to come forwards. I think these guys are going to come 1 move forwards and wait. In fact, no, I'll bring these guys 1 move forwards and into line, so they're at least in a useful formation. 7 plus 1 is 6, so that's 1 move forwards and into line. And I'll bring these guys 1 move forwards. And that's just going to be up to that there. And then I will move the general to here. Right, and last, the Iron Brigade. We're still within range of this guy. So we're going to take a move to here and a form a line, which is going to be 2 moves. 8. So that's going to be, I suppose, we're not in formation yet, we're just going to snake our way along. I'm going to send the skirmishers as far forwards to the river. I'm now in love with the idea of sending skirmishers across the river.
To test the water.
That's actually going to have to be 3 moves to get to the other side of the river. And they've got 7 plus 1, so that's going to be 2, so they're going to get them up to the river. Going to take my artillery to the middle here. So that's going to be 2 moves forwards with my artillery and on limber. They get a 6, plus 1 is a 5, so I can unlimber there. And this unit are going to come up to behind here, so that's going to be 1 move, it's fail, but they get a free move. But that breaks down. Actually, for better or worse, General's going to plunge through the forest. Right, that's my move. Do I have shooting?
You have shooting?
I think these guys moved once, these moved twice, these moved twice. So I think it is just these Zouaves.
Are the artillery on the hill?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes, thanks. So the Zouaves are going to fire at the unit opposite them. They are. Hang on.
So I'm in the open there because I'm majority's not in cover.
Ah, yes. And these are rifles, so they're 24 inches.
They're repeaters, they are, aren't they?
So
Appreciate
they
this.
can re-roll a 1. I remember this.
Roll 1, it's not re-roll A1, is it? Re-roll
Sorry, it's re-roll a dice.
a dice, yeah.
Right, okay.
Keep looking at the wrong sheet. So it's 3 dice. So it's 4s.
This is 4s. 1, 2 and a 1.
Ah.
There we go.
Oh, but you can. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and it's a 2.
So no, hit by
Sterling
roll,
bit of
yeah.
shooting there.
Fancy
By
uniforms,
these.
but
Look
can't
lovely.
shoot with toffee.
Here, I think we will opt for, well, I think I have to take the nearest unit, although I think at long range, no, you don't, you can pick your target.
Your range is 60.
Yeah. Yes, sorry, yes, thank you, that's helpful. Yeah, because I was thinking. Well, I brought the key to one back for you. So, oh, is that? Now it's whether, I think I probably want to take the closer range, because these guys are within 30, although can I see them over
Yeah,
two forests? I don't
I
think
don't
so.
think so.
So I think it's going to have to be these guys at long range. So that's going to be 1 dice.
No, it's.
There's 4, 3, 1.
Where's the 3 go up to? 30. Is it? 'Cause
Yes,
the range,
yeah, it's
It's
high
over
range.
30, yes. But
So it's 1 dice, longer range, so that's 5 or 6.
that's it.
1.
1. So a terrible round at shooting.
Fantastic.
Terrible. Right, so that's your move over, is it?
Yes. Oh, I can now take the disordered off. This
You
is
can.
what we're bad at.
So my artillery will take. Yeah, let's have a think. I'll keep on having a go at that front. That one there again. 5. That's it.
Oh, that's another hit.
You're saving at 6.
No, I'm not.
1 down, and the artillery battery down here. I'm gonna have to start doing something. Will have to be the Zouaves.
Intimidating by the
Yes, by the
fantastic uniforms and
fancy
terrible
there.
shooting.
So they're 2 dice. So it's 4s. 4s.
Yeah.
Oh,
A disordered.
and a casual.
So now morale save increased by the wall.
By the one, so
it's 5 or 6.
yes.
And a good save. To the
So,
surprise.
so you're
of
saying 4, hit artillery at medium range
yes.
is -2, so you're saying 6s.
But with
The
the
walls,
wall,
yes.
because the wall gives a
Yes.
cavalry, artillery. What's wrong?
I don't know, it's just a word, it's tongue-tied. Back to you.
It's all
Oh
right.
no, I can fire my infantry, can't I?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So
So, smooth bores, that is just about, isn't it?
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So they can fire,
In fact, if we were pressed up against the wall, as our intent.
Am I? Rightmost infantry regiment, 3 shots, 4s, isn't it?
4s. That's a disordered. Oh, is that's as well,
Yes,
so
yeah.
already
Disordered.
disordered.
And a casualty.
So that's just the 1, and it's on a 3, 4, 5 or 6, because we're behind the wall.
Yes.
So that's a 6, so it's safe, but the disordered.
And these 2 regiments here will fire against the guys behind the wall,
Brilliant.
requiring 4s again.
Ooh, definitely disordered.
And 4 hits.
Right. So saving
threes.
on 3s. Take 1 wound.
That's that all.
Yeah. My low rolling because of 3s. 3 3s.
Now, can I see your skirmishes
I think
within
so.
12? I don't think I can get the whole regiment firing there, so I'll take 2 dice.
Yeah.
At them.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
4s, and your skirmishing, so I think it goes to 5s.
Ooh,
Disordered.
Disordered musculitis, right. Disorder ripples through my line. So that was 1 hit.
Yes.
Saving on a 3, because I'm in cover,
Yes.
and I don't. So they are now shaken, as we learned from last time, when in our first volley we played to the strongest.
At the top end, these are the rifle muskets, so they range at 24.
They're in.
No. So just that one at the end. 3 firing 4s. 1 hit.
One.
Save you on 3s.
Or do you think, I wonder, because they're actually in march, column of march along the side.
Yes. So
So I think it, I don't think we get the, yeah,
5s.
3, so that's a wound.
So that's me done, John.
Brilliant. Oof. Disorder rippling through my lines. Right. I think I need to. I'll start over here, and we'll try to bring these guys into a line. Can we see over the bridge without?
Yes, you say it's a flat bridge.
Yeah. Oh, blunder!
Page 32.
It's a 2.
2. Now, I had one of those before.
Yes. We get 2s, 5s, and 6s.
Yes.
So those are.
A 2. Retreats. You
That's
will
one
attempt to
move,
make
too.
1 move away from the closest enemy they can see.
Back to the baseline. However, I can move this guy. Right, so that's them. So we will start with this unit, and they're going to move up to the fence line as far as they can and form a line. 4, so they do. However, I'm not sure what the range is going to be like.
Range of 24s, aren't they? And
Yeah.
the
So
squares are 24, so I
actually,
think
we're in, but it's.
see, yes, if it comes a straight up firefight, I
Yeah.
will lose.
That's my hope. Right. I think I'm going to form the Zouaves into line. But again, there's not enough room for them at the fence line. But am I being dictated too much by the fence line? So Zouaves into line. 9 plus 1 because they're in column of march. So, however, I don't think they can see over at that because they're coming down the slope. They're coming down. Right.
And see, do those walls block your guns? I think should we say the guns can fire from the hilltops today?
Okay.
Just to make it easier, won't it?
Yeah. And I think I'm going to try and move these guys through the woods to come behind these skirmishers. Now,
You need to be an inch away from the wood.
oh, so there's going to be one move to get to the woods.
Yeah.
And then 6 inches through the woods with a -1 command once we're in there.
Yes, the dense ones, aren't they?
And we're going to lose them in the woods now. So 8, so that's one move, so it's just going to bring us up to the woods. Right. I think that's all I'm going to do with these guys. Over to here, I'm going to move these guys one move along and into line, so that's going to be 2 moves, and they get a 4, so that's looking a bit rosier. However, we'll stop them there and make a line. However, that's 2 moves, so they're not firing this turn. Taking a shot, and these guys are going to come behind them and form a line. 9 plus 1 is 8, so they form the same tempting target that the other guys did. Skirmishers are at the edge of the river, so they're going to push across to here, which is going to be 1 move across the river, and then another.
We say you've got 1 move across the river,
and then another move to move out. 9. They don't get any bonus for being a skirmisher, so that breaks down.
Masking your guns there.
I know, once more, skirmishers in the way.
So, firing.
Firing. Now, disordered but can still fire, so we'll do 3 dice across the way. -1 for being disordered, so that's hitting on 5s and 6s. And they've hit once, no disorder.
Saving on 4. Save.
Now, their artillery firing across straight forward at these guys.
So it's 3 shots.
3 dice, 4, 5 or 6. Just 1 this time.
Saving on 6. Oh,
At last.
close, but not close enough.
And this unit are going to fire at them as well. They're similarly disordered. So that's 5s or 6s. Oh, still no 6s, 1 hit. That's a save, because you're actually on 3, 4,
Yes.
5 or 6 there. My shaken skirmishers are going to fire 1 shot. They are +1 for being skirmishers, but -1 for being shaken or disordered, so that's on 4, 5 or 6. And they miss, of course.
Could you get unclear there as well? It says target skirmishers deployed artillery or unclear. You see, because what would happen then if they fired at your skirmishers, or skirmishers anyway, and unclear?
Yeah. I thought unclear was if we can only see part of the unit.
Yes, okay. Yeah, because otherwise, would these all be unclear?
You're getting double terrain because you're getting a modifier to the shooting and the save. These guys move twice. These guys move twice. Moved once. These guys, despite their reluctance, are just out of range.
So your artillery on the hill?
Oh yes, thank you. Sorry. They will fire once more. What did we decide? They can see these guys who are over 30. So that's 1 dice at 4, 5 or 6. Sorry, because it's over half range. 1.
So I think you're a bit like this last week, weren't you?
Yeah, 2 dice, please.
Yep.
Down to the bottom.
So that was your 2nd or 3rd?
That's turn 2.
Turn 2. Oh, I shall complete turn 2. Now up here, my flank is I don't think I need to do anything just yet there. And I'll just stay as I am, so I'll do some shooting. So the guns from the hill, I think it will now be, don't get the save bonus, do you? These guys here, which will be 1 dice.
Mm-hmm.
Nope, that's at this. And I'll finish this brigade off. So we've got 2. So 2. These 2 regiments at that chap behind the fence and calling 4s.
Oh, goodness.
So that's 5 hits
And a disorder.
and a disorder.
So disordered and 5 saves.
Now, we'll take one of those. Stamina is 4 though.
Right, so that's 3, 4, 5 or 6 because we're behind a fence. And we failed 1.
Okay.
Whew, although disordered. Oh, although I need to take some disordered off before I...
You do.
These guys, and these guys.
So here, for the centre.
I won't put them too far away though.
So I've got 4 shots coming there
Brilliant.
against those. I'll do those separately, so it's because the skirmishes are
Slightly better.
skirmishes,
That's a hit.
hits, and the regiments, disorder and hits, including the hit.
So that's 2 saves of 3, 4, 5 or 6, and that's 1. So they're down to 3 and they're shaken.
Now the artillery will fire 2 shots at these guys here.
Disordered again.
I'm riding my luck at the moment.
So that is 1 save of 5 or 6, which I don't make.
And then the 2 regiments will fire at that. Firing 4s. 2 more hits.
2 more saves. 3, 4, 5 or 6. Saved.
What have I put these here for? I don't know what. And these will fire forward at the Zwans. No, not too many. So back to you.
Right.
Turn 3, is it?
Yes, my 3rd turn. Okay. Did we decide if skirmishers were marauders? It doesn't matter. Everything. So I'm going
Do you want to do a
these. Oh yeah, sure.
do you want one of those popular flybys before we get too involved?
Okay, so over on the right flank, on my right flank,
Yeah, so marching into the guns.
across the river, is the Iron Brigade, still not yet formed into a line completely. Cannons with skirmishers thrown out in front of them, and 2 battalions still on the baseline. Regiments.
Always get that one muddled up.
Over in the centre of the board. Many
These
things
are
formed
nice
into a line.
figures. These are 3rd. Would that be Arizona over there? Would have thought that. They are.
Lined along the river.
Look at these boys. 20th Georgia.
And then here at the bridge, there's the 20th Georgians.
54th North Carolina. The Buggers Muddle. 17th Georgia.
Facing them. The Swabs. General, not too sure. Pointing, however.
I know the guy in
Shoot that way.
charge of the Iron Brigade is John Gibbon, I think. 4th Brigade, 1st Division, 1st Corps, possibly. I shouldn't say things like that because I'll get the, oh no, he wasn't.
Yes.
Who came up with that?
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Cavalry or artillery? Which one's the ones with the guns? I'll run interference. Right, so here we are. Turn 3. We've managed to form a firing line. It's not going very well. We need to actually just get some fire down. It'd be great if the cannons could start hitting. So I'm going to start over at the Iron Brigade end because I think that will be the most interesting. I'm going to push the skirmishers across the river as as far forwards along here. 7, so that is at least, so that's going to be 1 move. That's going to take them to there. She's going to open up a window for the artillery. I'm going to move these guys into a firing line. That's a 3. They're disordered, so they can't move. Do I? It's when the time comes and we do a dash across the river, optimism. Where do these guys best placed? Do I bring them around here with a view that this is going to be, if I focus down onto this corner, is this going to be the weakest point?
Well, I think your guns will do more damage there than rather than get in front of them.
Yes, that's true.
Because no matter what, they'll keep chipping away, won't they?
Yes.
With 3 shots.
So let's move them up to here. So 1 up and form a line here. 3, yeah, that's easily going to get there. A line up behind them. 9 plus 1 is just 1 move. Where do I need my general? I think he's actually going to come here so he can shout commands to the skirmishers. Over here, disordered, so can't move, so we're a little bit stuck here. I think we'll try pushing these guys. They're now at the edge of the forest, so they are 2 moves to the other edge. So that's actually 5, so that will get us through. Now, am I all right? Because we're in forest, am I still able to do the thing where I come to the back of the skirmishers?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that.
Okay.
I'm just trying to think of when my reinforcements do turn up.
Yeah.
How am I going to get across the river?
These guys have any role, but not really. They're kind of okay there, waiting. Can't really do anything with it. They're kind of, between a rock and a hard place. Why don't I roll to bring them down the hill so they're just definitely out the guns, but it breaks down. Over here, we will start with these guys, and again, with screaming and shouting, get them into line across here. 8 plus 1 is 7, so they get 1 move back up the road again. Does anyone else want to move? Yes, I'm going to do the skirmishers. Up to here and then cross the river without getting in the way of the Zouaves. They get an 8, so I think they make it to there. Might just nestle them there. I'm a bit worried they'll fall off the table.
Let's move that wall, John.
We'll say they're not in cover if you want to shoot them, because they're bolting the wall to get to the river. And I think that's it. So we'll do some firing. We'll start over here because we're here. We'll start with the Zouaves straight ahead at the unit they're facing, hitting on 4, 5s or 6s. That's 2 hits, but no disordered.
Saving on 4s. 1 man.
Okay.
1 hit.
The artillery straight ahead at this unit.
It's 3 dice.
3 dice on 4s. At last, 1 hit, 1 disorder.
It had to happen.
As in a single hit, that is
A single hit.
Yeah.
And then saving on a 6. So that goes 2.
And I will also fire this unit at them which is 3 shots at 5 or 6 because they're disordered and they missed. Moving along, these guys did too many moves. The skirmishers are going to fire ahead on a 4, 5 or 6 and they miss. These guys, can see these guys, they are disordered and shaken. Maybe I should have tried to rally them actually. That would have been a sensible move. But yes, so straight ahead on 5 or 6. Oh, and they get double 6s. That's 2
So
hits
that's-
and they're disordered.
Sort it. This one?
Yeah, yes.
And 2 saves on 3 ups. 1 man. 1 hit. Not a man, is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, the nearest unit is probably, it's relevant because I want to pour fire onto these.
Okay.
But I think we're honour bound to fire against the nearest unit, which I think is these guys here. So these guys who are disordered, firing straight ahead. So that is 3 shots at 5 or 6, entirely missed. And then these guys are going to fire at these guys. So that is 3 shots at 4, 5 or 6. That's 1 hit.
Saving on 3.
Yes.
Save.
Oh. And then
The guns.
the guns.
That's 30.
Now we've got partially obscured by the skirmishers. Is that
I don't think so. I think you can.
okay? However, is it? It will be 30. Although let's.
Centre to closest. Yes, I think so. Closest.
So that's 3 shots at 4, 5 or 6s. Only 1 hit.
Saving on
6.
6.
Oh,
Oh.
you might need to. No. And that's
So as soon as it stops the lawnmower,
yeah.
the music starts. It's not even Elvis. Right. So is that the move done?
I think it is. Now take away my disorders. So 1 from there, 1 from there, 1 from there.
My disorder stayed. They're all fresh disorders for me.
Yes.
So down here, I think I might have to move just a little and bring those skirmishers forward. Just to the fence. Yes. 8. That's good enough. And then,
Now we're firing through our own skirmishes, or
I don't think so.
okay. But we can't.
Don't they have to be closer, don't they? I think it's.
It's within 6 inches.
Yes.
Well, is that artillery, and you can fire over.
I think they need to be closer than that, don't
Yeah.
they? To fire through. I mean, I'll probably get 2 shots, maybe that over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's that. Here.
That's cunning. You can obscure your this. I think you can blink at yourself and fire it.
I've just got to hold on until something happens.
Yes.
I'm not happy about this side here, but I haven't got the manoeuvre room to do anything there.
Yeah.
He says, with the camera pointing completely the wrong direction. My concern is this area here, so it's saying because I haven't got the width to deploy. I think what I might do is just ignore that. No, I won't. I'll just move into a line here and hopefully get some partial shots off. Just 1 move. 6. So. It may work, it may not. So starting from this side, my shooting, these are disordered, so these 2 can fire straight ahead, which will be 6 shots, requiring 4s straight ahead.
Ooh. So
Oh,
that's another
6
disordered.
and 6 hits.
6 hits.
6 hits.
One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Saving on 3. Ooh. So that is 3 hits. So that takes us to shaken.
Oh, I see, it's the old farm boys and they're
Yeah.
And they're shooting at squirrels in the woods. I'll fire the artillery at the 48, is this 20? So,
I think you can pick your targets.
yes. We'll choose that one marching behind.
All right.
Just the one does.
Oh,
and disorders them. So the shooting is good today.
right. So that's a 5 or 6 because it's long range.
Yes.
And a save.
Now here, the skirmish will sort of fire at the. I think they both fire at those skirmishes first. That's a hit.
I'll save.
Sorry, and 3, but they're disordered, so they're hitting on 5s. 1 hit, so that's 2 saves.
Both failed, which takes us 2 over, and that will need a break test.
And these here will fire straight. Do we do that now, or do we?
Shall we? If you're not going to fire anything, otherwise we risk forgetting it. And right, so that's not a very good roll. Right. For every casualty in excess of stamina value, 4 units disordered, so it's going to be 4 or less. So that's unbroken.
So they off, are they?
They're off because that was 6. They're 2 in excess of their stamina value, so that's down to 4. Oh dear, oh dear.
But it doesn't affect anybody around him, does it?
No,
because,
no,
they
it's
weren't
just
supported.
in hand-to-hand combat. Splendid.
There's a hole there for your zouaves now.
I know, finally, and they're breech loading.
Oh yeah, of course they are. So these will fire 2 shots into your main body. I suppose we'll see what happens with the. There's 1.
1 hit.
Now, does it go to the skirmishes or?
I think because they're connected, I think it's the main
Into the
body,
Yes. And you're saving on 3s, aren't you?
which I've saved.
I expect we're going to get a few remarks about that somewhere. Now these over here, this is disordered. So these will fire first into the guys behind the wall. Leading 4s, 1 hit, and these will require 5s. That's another hit.
It's 2 saves of 3 up. Failed 1, so they're now shaken.
That's announcing. So if I can get my artillery onto that. That's a bit gamey because I was going to fire it as well. So these will fire at your 2 shots at your. I think I might go for the guys behind the wall.
Try and get them to do it.
Let's see if they can hit them first of all. Because they were.
I think you can.
No, because they're smooth balls, aren't they?
Oh.
So I dropped short.
Ooh, I think you're actually short of the artillery.
So it's going to have to be into those.
One of those walls.
Yeah. I'll take 1 shot because it's the. That's no good. The artillery firing 2 shots will go against.
I think if you want to, I wouldn't feel aggrieved if you're picking your shots.
Yes, okay, then. Onto those.
Phew. Overhead.
Yes, but I think justice will serve it. And these will fire, the skirmishers will fire at the swans. No, so wasn't very good this side, but not too unhappy with that. So back to you, Victor.
Right. So. Right, I'm going to push the skirmishers 1 move forward. They're going to go 6 inches because they're just out of their water. They're within 12. And it's a blunder!
Oh, no. So that's the whole Iron Brigade, isn't it?
That's the Iron Brigade done. However, we need to find out what they do.
Page 32. 2 or 5?
A 6. So that's 2 moves to the rear.
It is 2 moves to the rear. Oh dear.
I'm not bothering with well, it's up to you, but I've just kind of said, you know what, just 24 inches.
Yes, that's fine.
They've legged it. Worried about the cannon fire.
They looked above the
overhead.
bank, that's why.
Yeah, but it doesn't let me rally these guys. Rats.
Yes.
Okay, so moving on to this hill. I'm going to move the Zouaves one forwards to be in line along here. Yes. So, okay, good. Gap plugged. Do I need to do something with these guys? This is all gummed up, but it will eventually ungum itself, hopefully. I think they're just going to wait for an opening, so we'll move on to this lot. I'm going to move these guys one forwards and into line. 9 plus 1, so they're now here. I think I'm going to leave the skirmishers there actually because I want to rally these guys. So we're going to do a rally move. Guy comes up to here. And it's a 7. So I get to move 1. That takes them off shaking.
That's a good move, that is.
Yeah, I need to remember it because I could have saved these guys
Yeah.
who were lost if I'd had a bit more clarity of thought. That's the last move of that, so we're on to shooting. Now, I'm going to start with my skirmishers firing at your skirmishers. So that's going to be a 4, 5 or 6. And they miss. I'm going to fire my Zouaves. Do I fire my Zouaves at your skirmishers? Yes,
Skirmishers just nibble away, don't they?
Yeah, I think I will fire my Zouaves. So that is 3 shots, -1 because you're skirmishers, so that's 5 or 6s. I get a miss, but I'm going to re-roll a miss because, nope. Oh, that's brilliant. Right, straight ahead with my artillery at this unit. So that's 3 shots on 4s, 1 hit.
For the artillery, so saving on a 6.
Yes.
5, close, but not
Right.
close enough.
And that's them shaken.
It's them shaking, isn't it?
So I'm going
That
to...
comes off this, doesn't it? Because it was.
at the end of your
Yes.
turn. Actually, all your disorders come off at the end of your turn. So there's one over.
Shaking.
Oh, but that disorder can come off now because I didn't get any 6s. And then that disorder as well. So these guys firing straight ahead. 3 shots hitting on 4, 5 or 6s. Not 1. Terrible shots.
It's not going well at the moment. You're shooting?
No. I'm going to fire straight ahead at these guys. I'm going to include my skirmishers because their fire is worse because they're shaken. So that's going to be 4 shots at 4, 5s or 6s. Oh, and they all hit.
Oh, how many is that?
And, that's 4 hits and a disordered
Oh dear. Right. In the woods.
in the woods.
And so I saved on 3s. There's no artillery there, was
Yes, yeah.
there? Was artillery.
No, sorry, yes.
So
Yes,
I saved on
please.
3. That's 2 men. 2 hits. There you go. It's spreading.
Yeah. Actually, I realised that although it's tricky to route them, if I can route these guys out, actually it's a good crossing point because line of sight is pretty poor at this
Yes,
point.
isn't it?
Zouaves have moved 1, so they're firing straight ahead at these guys. So that's going to be 3 shots on 4s. And they've got their breech loaders. So they're going to reroll one of those misses. So that's 2 hits. No
Saving
disorder.
on 3s.
3s.
Oh, I see. Thankfully.
Moving along I think we determined I have to fire at these guys. That's 3 shots. I should have just done the rally, but then I would have blundered. I don't know what happens when you blunder on a rally. I suppose you ride forward and they go, retreat 2 moves. Right you are, boss. Run! So thank heavens it was them and not. 3 dice, 5s or 6s because they're shaken and disordered. So that is 1 hit but disordered.
Oh, that's a casualty. A casualty, that's the word.
Start lifting them off. And then these guys are going to come against this unit here. So that is 4 5s or 6s. 2 hits, but no disorder.
Saving on 3s.
Oh.
Both saved.
And now the cannon, I think it was in medium range, so that is
3 shots.
4 5s or 6s. And they've missed again.
Boy, oh boy. I think I've got away with it there.
Yeah. It's starting to, I think, grind down on my left flank, your right flank, near the bridge. This area, which I thought was going to be making it interesting, the Iron Brigade are not living up to their name, other than taking a lot of fire. That one is belonging.
Yes, and so far what am I doing? So I've got.
So I'm now going to take my disorders away. Disorder.
And it's shaken, and a disorder is
shaken. You might just have to recap, but you didn't really do anything.
No. Is it on?
It's on.
It's on. So all I did here was, let's have a look. Just rallied off one of the casualties from this central regiment and didn't do anything else here. So firing from right to left. And there.
Oh, it makes me clench up.
What does? Oh, the firing. Right, skirmishes against Swans. Just a quick pot shot. 5, that's a hit.
So that's a hit. So saving on a 3. No, they don't. So down to 2 wounds.
In that case, we'll fire the artillery at them. Or shall we? Yes, I think we will. Requiring 4s.
Oh, it is double disorder.
Boxcars.
So that is 5 or 6. And they save 1. But they are shaken. Shaked.
And the 2 regiments here will fire across to the chaps behind the wall, requiring 4s.
We're getting absolutely peppered.
No!
Oh, about time.
1 hit.
3, 4, 5 or 6, and we make it.
That's it. This disordered regiment will fire across into the body of troops with 1 hit. 7 on a 3.
And they don't. So that will be 1 on the main body.
Right, so these are. They can fire across there, can't they?
Yes. I think they can choose. Well, I think they can choose their target
Yeah.
because these guys are in cover, so you're allowed to pick a unit in the open.
I think it'll be the guys in the open. So the skirmishers,
That's a hit.
hits, and then the regiment for the same target. Nothing. What's
3,
the
4,
third?
5, or 6. Yes.
And across here, the disordered regiments needing 5s or 1 hit. These requiring 4s, 1 hit. The artillery is that 1 shot.
I'll roll those 3, 4, 5, or 6. 1 hit. So they're 1 over their stamina value at present.
And the artillery 1 dice, 4. That's a hit, isn't it? And you'll say no, it's
At long range?
That's no.
So
That's
that's a break test. 1 over the odds. We're disordered. Oh, did you see my comment that shaken isn't a break test modifier in the rule book?
But for hand to hand it is though, is it? Oh no, it's only.
It's only disordered that's the break test modifier. Being shaken creates the test, but it doesn't actually.
Give you a minus.
Yeah,
one.
I think they've just lifted it the same as being shaken or disordered is -1 to shooting. I don't know how you want to play it. I don't know if that's a house rule for whoever made this.
I'm not too sure there, John.
However,
If it's in the rule book and it's not,
we'll play it just disordered. It does seem odd that you become shaken and then.
Yes.
Right, that's an 8, so that's slightly better. It's -1 for an excessive stamina. We haven't taken a casualty from artillery, so that's 7 or more, so infantry hold.
Missed all that firing.
Right.
It's all gone quiet out there.
Hmm.
How long for? I don't know. It takes his moments.
Yes.
Go and have a word with him. He's an 8-foot kickboxer.
Oh, yeah, okay. No, he can play whatever music he likes.
I'll even plug it in for him.
I think you can take your disorders off now, which will distract for 3 seconds for me to have a think. Although I think we're going to have to carry on with the shooting match.
See, you've got to come across
Yeah.
before my reinforcements turn up.
Oh, good lord.
And I'll need you.
You're putting pressure on me now. Let's go.
Yeah.
Well, everybody forward into the river. Some of you will die.
But it is the charging's difficult, this, isn't it?
Yeah. And particularly, I think you guys are better fighters than. Right.
They're better fighters, but you still need that charge. You can't charge in initiative, can you?
Ah, yeah. Now you need to be within 12 to do a rally. So actually, he's too far away to rally the Zouaves. Unfortunately, I'm going to get these into.
Do you have to be within 12 or base to base?
I thought it was a 12-inch move to make yourself in base to base. That the rally order is a 12-inch move to the guys you want to rally.
Oh, but you have to go base to base.
Yeah, it can be issued to a unit within 12 inches that has at least 2 casualties. Roll for the order. Normally, if successful unit, it doesn't actually mention, but I think you have to move into contact.
Yeah, I think so.
So you have to be 12 inches away. You then move to the unit. You rally them. Right, so we're going to try and get these guys into line. That's a 7, so that does it. They're going to straddle this wall. So,
I think that's good enough, isn't it?
then maybe just stand a little bit back. Now that's 50% in the open and 50% in cover. I don't think these guys are going to move. You might be called upon to charge across the bridge. I've been thinking about follow me orders to get them across the bridge.
Yeah.
I think at the right moment, deploying into a line right there is possibly the thing to do. but we'll see.
Well, that's quite a good idea because I might reverse that.
So I think that's this. I really don't know what they're good for at the moment, other than waiting and filling a gap when one comes. I think I am going to move them down. Oh, I'm going to take a unit move, so I'm going to cheekily do that. Right. You can all slate me on the
Oh, they will.
cheating. And now the Iron Brigade. They are over 12 inches away, so these guys will move up to the fence line at a -1. And they will not, because that breaks down. So,
Oh,
yeah.
not
Okay.
having the best of days.
I should have rallied them.
Yes.
However, I will take my free move to come over here
Yeah.
to order the guys who aren't in a thing. Since we're over here, we'll start here. We'll do this terrible artillery, firing at the unit on the corner, needing 4s. They've hit twice without disorder.
So I'm saving on 6s. Come on. Come on. 2.
Right, it's getting better. These guys are going to fire across. 3 shots on 4s. And we managed to miss. Brilliant. These guys, I think, have to fire straight ahead. 5s or 6s. They managed to miss.
They're not having a good day.
No.
Iron Brigade.
Absolutely. These guys coming, shooting forwards, 3 shots with their reroll. Ah, that's better. All hit and a disorder.
So 3 saves. Save on
Yes.
3s. That's 1. That goes to 2.
Ooh, nearly there. And then these guys in the woods firing straight ahead. So that's 4 shots with the skirmishers, all on 4, 5 or 6. And that's 2 hits but no disorder.
Saving on 3s.
3s again.
Another
Oh,
one.
shaken again.
Bugger. 3 and it's shaken.
Right. I think these guys in line are actually going to shoot at these to try and force a test. So that's going to be 4, 5s or 6s again. And they've hit twice and a disordered.
Right, here we go. So it's 2, is it?
Yeah.
Trying 3s. Oh, wait,
So
there's
that's
one
easy,
over.
1 over.
1 over, so that's a break test. First of the day. So we are -1 for the disorder, -2 for
1 over.
1 over. Here we go. So a big one. Oh, 4. 6 goes down to 4.
That's a break.
Break, so they're off. Now, is that the whole the Union want? There is a big hole there. Damn.
Right. That's
That's not good.
suddenly looking better. We will go straight ahead to these guys. So that's going to be 3 shots at 4, 5 or 6. That's 1 hit with a disorder.
On these
Those guys, yeah.
and saving. 1 is it?
Yeah, on a 3,
On a
4,
3.
5 or 6.
Saved.
Saved, okay.
Leave that.
And so we're going to pile on the artillery fire, so that's 3 shots at 4, 5 or 6 onto these guys. That's 2 hits.
Saving on 6s.
Yes.
Oh, come on. That's 2, so it takes me 1 over. And it's a minus there for artillery fire.
Yes.
On the break test.
Yeah. I think that's all that's going to fire at them.
I'll put that down. Shall I do that now, shall I?
Yeah.
So 1 over, but
And artillery, so and disordered.
so it's -3.
I'm sure you.
Right, okay. So that's 9 goes down to 6. hold, thankfully. Did I do my save? So it goes to 3, doesn't it?
Yes.
So it's shaken as well.
Yes. Ooh, there's been a better round of.
Yes.
Still not in the Iron Brigade flank. Last of all, the Zouaves, who are going to fire at. Now, we need to figure this out. What can they hit? They are currently 4, 5 or 6, shooting, shaking a disordered 5 or 6, shooting at skirmishers 6s. So we're shooting on 6s, we miss, and 1 for the skirmishers hitting on a 4, 5 or 6, and they hit.
And they're
hit
saving
skirmishers.
on a 4?
3, 4, 5 or 6.
Saved.
Because you're looking at the defence.
Oh.
Ooh, that.
What's that?
Oh, hang on, we forgot this artillery over here. Do you mind if I...
You got to shoot it sooner or later.
I'm going to shoot it here. I'm going to shoot at these guys across the river who are disordered. So that's 3 dice. I think.
It is 3 dice, isn't it?
No, it's 1 dice because you're outside range. It's just 1 dice on a 5 or 6.
What's the range, Eddie?
It's
60.
Yeah, you're just
Right.
outside. However, I have managed to 6 against 4.
So disordered against these,
Yeah, I
Right,
think
that's
they're all-
disordered anyway.
Yeah,
and 1. is
yeah. 1
it?
save at
6.
6.
Oh, saves
There
it.
we go.
Saves
That's what I get for doing it out of sequence.
So this is turn number
4.
4.
What's that sound of bugles in the distance?
Yeah. Dust clouds approach. So the disorder stays on.
Yes. However, I take mine off.
Right, so the trouble is what we got here. If we look down at this one here. So I've got a shaken disorder in the middle. I've lost a regiment. There's a big hole in the middle. There's not much I can do there. I feel that those regiments have put out some good shooting across the river. So they're going to have to stay there. Moving across. So the 4 regiments of this brigade, that one there is disordered. 2 casualties, 1 casualty. This regiment's not doing anything. I think what I'll do is just move this guy over here. Can't do that.
No, of course you can. Sorry, no, I was just realising something you might have wanted to do that I'm completely giving you
yes.
gave me is do a rally order.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah, so you did that last time, didn't he?
Yeah.
Nice one. Thank you very much.
no, that's all right.
We'll try that. 6.
So that takes them off shaking again.
So they remain disordered, but they go down to 2 stamina points. Thank you very much.
Well, you let me have 2 things out of sequence over
Right.
here, so you,
Um,
you've got another freebie.
Yeah. So he'll go there and rally off, hopefully. Yes, so that goes down to a 1. Right, let's do a bit of shooting and see if we can get the old mojo
Some more
back.
gaps, yeah.
So these 2 regiments here and the guns will fire straight
the
forward.
shaken one, these
So
guys might be toast.
he really needs to hit him with artillery to get that -1 as
Yeah.
a break test. So the infantry fire first on 4s. That's
So they're disordered.
and 3 casualties.
3. That is saving on 3, 4, 5 or 6, and they lose 2.
The artillery are firing some with 1 dice. 3, that's not good enough.
However, skill of break test -3. Come on, Iron Brigade. That is a 7, so I think -3 comes to 4 or less, which is a break.
It's a break, is it?
There we go. So, 2nd Regiment, including one of the famous Iron Brigade. I tell you what, the nice thing about removing units though is taking away all the counters.
Yeah, yeah. And just makes a bit more space.
Yes, absolutely.
So that was those. Now these, disordered chaps, will fire there, as will the skirmishers, which I should have moved to the right. So 3 shots disordered will be 5 and 6s.
Oh, got
2
it.
hits including disorder.
Disordered.
And the skirmishers, that's a
So
shot as
3
well.
hits. So there's my disordered, 3 saves of 3, 4, 5 or 6. And I make them all!
Bugger.
But disordered.
But disordered. And moving down to my right. Okay, back on.
So it's this side you still
Yes. So the skirmishers will fire into the dwarves. That's not.
Hits.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
3, 4, 5 or 6. So that's a save. Whew.
The regiment here will fire 2 shots at the 1 shot at the zouaves.
Okay.
That's a hit.
3, 4, 5 or 6. No. So that's 1. So they're break test whenever you're through finishing shooting at them.
I finished shooting at those.
Okay. Right. So it's going to be -1 for here. -1 for casualties over. Oh no!
Oh, they're off.
Disaster strikes.
Casualties coming thick and fast now.
That's the 3rd regiment to go.
Right. The artillery will fire into the guys behind the wall. Was that 2 shots, wasn't it? Firing 4s. Oh, I said disorder.
Disorder. And that's 2 hits, is it?
Yeah. No, 1.
So that is.
Same on 5 and 6s. No, no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's -2, but it's +1. 1. Nope. So that is shaken again.
And we'll fire the disordered regiment into the same people.
And they've taken 1 from artillery if their
Yes.
break test
So it's
comes.
5.
So
That's
it's 1 hit, 3, 4, 5 or 6. Yes.
yes, damn. And then these here will fire as well. 2.
Two.
Got to fail one of these.
I do!
Oh.
Right, so that is a break test -3. Oh my goodness!
They're off, aren't they?
Right.
And all of a sudden, that brigade
Now
goes
they're
down to
on
half
6.
strength.
I was going to say.
Yeah. That's the old smooth balls doing it again. So that's those 5.
Ooh.
I fired those, haven't I? So that's me done.
Right.
So this disorder now comes off,
Yes.
as does that one.
Mm.
Alright, so over to you, John.
Ooh. Oof. Right, I can still move them around. I can't
Close.
close, although it was pretty hard to begin with. Right, so I'm going to move these back into the gap left by the fleeing captors there. 6. So that's enough for 2 moves, which I think gets me to about. Oh no, these are fresh move. However,
Can they move towards the enemy again, can they?
I think so. I think it's, units from Broken Bay cannot return to the table, stay disordered once disordered, stay shaken once shaken, can automatically retire one move, must automatically retire one move if any enemy are within 12 unless defending or in square. So I think it's the proximity of the.
Yes.
So actually, I think if I'm not advancing within 12, I think I can do that.
Yeah, you're okay, aren't you?
Now it was 2 moves, so I think that will get me. Are you happy enough if it gets me there?
Yeah, that's fine.
These guys are broken, these guys are broken. Okay. What is the plan now? Because to be honest, you'll now be able to, if you wanted to just push me away,
Yes,
you'll be
that's
able
true.
just
Yeah,
to advance, and I have to retire.
yes. All of a sudden,
The push at the, and if they become disordered, they can't stop being disordered. So hopefully you win the firefight then. Oh. Right, what am I going to do? Because that was the place where it was looking the most, well, the place, unfortunately I managed to remove just the central one here, and I don't think it gives me enough of an advantage. I don't feel brave enough to cross the river. I think anyone who crosses the river will be isolated. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to have to try and get this going.
it's where to push, isn't it?
Yeah,
And your left
yeah.
flank's gone.
Yeah.
So it's good. This.
It's just going to be firing there. I suppose I will try and take a move so they're behind the wall rather in front of the wall. So 5. But to be honest, you could probably use your skirmishers to push my guys back, because they're not going to
I
stand
hadn't thought about that.
even in the face of skirmishers. It's interesting how, in fact, these guys probably need to be away from there in the woods. Yes, you could probably dance along here, forcing all my guys back. Right, that's a real mess, I think. In which case I'll form these guys into a line orientated that way in preparation for these guys to start crumbling. 8, so that's good enough. Right, these guys are probably going to stay where they are. These guys will stay where they are, they're disordered. I'm going to move these guys up to the fence line. 3, now you want to... I'm going to bring these guys into line just behind them. Yeah, so 4.
Yes.
Suddenly galvanised.
Never mention the word desperation.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But you still strongly. It's still got a good brigade, haven't you? It's only 3.
Yeah. And I've lost 1, lost 2. So these skirmishers are a whole 12 inches away. So that's -1. I'm going to throw them
Are they marauders,
into...
skirmishers?
We had this last time. I'm not sure.
And we'll play it as they're not until
Yeah.
we...
So I'm going to push round up through these. They're going to run along this side of the board as far as they can go. 11. So they are not. Right, so firing. Okay, from the right. These guys are going to fire. Why have I put my stick down and got my... tons of trouble, stick with what you know.
Yeah.
Save me. So these guys firing at these again. So it's going to be 3 dice at 4s. 1 hit.
Save on a 6.
Right.
So that's them shaken.
Brilliant. Now these guys firing across at them in a bid to try and get them to break. So that's 3 dice on
4s.
4s. So that's 2 hits.
Saving on 3s. Come on, I can do this. Oh, no.
So that's
Get
2
over.
And they've taken
Yeah,
artillery.
they have, haven't they? So that's -3.
Yes, I'm not going to shoot at them again.
Oh,
that's
they're
it.
off. They're off. They're off. I was up here in...
Now these guys are going to fire across at them. 3 dice on 4s. And they get 1 hit, which is a disorder.
They save it.
But they're disordered.
Go to a disorder.
Right, these guys firing across at them. They're disordered, so it's on 5s. And they get 2 hits and a disorder.
You got a repeater.
Ooh. Thank you. Very nice.
Was that a 1? The repeater?
Yes.
That means they're out of. If you throw a 1, that means they revert to normal ammo.
Right.
Yes.
So no longer. In fact, now we can say all of them are normal ammo because the other guys are gone.
So how many hits was that?
That was 2 and a disorder. Yeah.
2 and a disorder. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, they go shaken. Well, that's shit. Well, that's cheering, just then.
We enjoyed the contest. We'll go with the cannons against these guys. I think they were just 1 shot though. He says checking. Yeah. So they're 1 shot, hitting on a 5 or a 6. Come on. No. Can't go too well. However, these guys, they all got a line of sight. I think this is probably partial here. All right.
Yes, probably 2.
So 2 shots. They are in range, yeah. So,
That's it.
so that's 4, 5 or 6s. 4, 5 or 6s. Both miss.
Phew.
Right. These guys straight ahead. So that's 3s. 3 shots hitting on 4s. We've got 2 and a disorder.
Sorry, John, that's on this one here.
This one there, yeah.
And it's 2 many?
2 hits.
3 ups. Takes a casualty.
We'll do straight ahead at these guys. So 3 shots, just 1 hit. All saved. The guns firing at
3 shots needing 4s.
So that's 1 hit.
Same as 6.
Ooh,
So that's shaken.
And then the skirmishers firing at your guys on a 4, 5 or 6. So that's hit and a disorder, which is good because it stops them marching forwards and scaring me off.
And
Oh no, sorry, it was against the skirmishers.
And they're saving on a 4.
So that's saved.
Yeah.
Right. Did I remember to fire the guns? Yes, I did. Okay.
Sure.
So is that your turn 5?
It's my turn 5 coming up, is it? Which means.
Dun, 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 dun.
There you go. What I'll do, I'll do any movement, and then I think we'll dice for where they come on. So disorders stay on, because that happened now, didn't it?
Yes.
So that's
Mind disorders, come on.
that's shaken. So these 2 are active, aren't they?
Yes.
I'll start this side and move this unit in behind the fence. 1 move. 8. That's good.
Oh, plug the gap.
Plug the gap. Just. We're going to remove a rally order from this here. That goes down to 2. The shaking comes off. And the skirmishers will move 1 move round to the front. No, they won't. Now here, these guys here will move over the fence and line the riverbank. 1 move. So it's half a move to get over, isn't it? So it'd be 6 inches.
Which
8.
they do.
They do, don't they? Just. So moving obliquely. These guys here will move 1 move across, which is 6. I expect that's out of 12 inches, isn't it?
It might. No,
Oh.
they're going to have to do a retire move. I think we'll make the whole move if we don't get gamey and go. We're going to move 3 inches back, guys. Important P. Oh.
I like the sound of that. Oh shit.
Yeah.
They can't move. This guy will go here. Now, can he rally off? At his last. Now, could he move up behind these?
No, I think it has to be a
Yeah.
unit that hasn't moved.
Yeah. Desperation.
Well, I don't know. I think it might be smart because my guys are now going to run away.
Now, what I'll do, I'll bring the reinforcements on.
Yeah.
I'll favour the road end, do you think? Or I was thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
Or
really do
I
feel
don't
very
really
high.
want to gain, but I was originally planned to use.
I think that's right. Are we saying that cliff is impassable?
Yes, so
I think
yeah,
that's probably.
so I
reasonable.
can't go straight.
You can't
yes,
just,
yeah.
you know, sort of
So they're gonna have to come round.
hang a hard left and
Yes.
a hard right and over the cliffs.
Show you what's going on there. So
5 or 6.
5 or 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here.
Well, that's going to stop me in my any inroads.
I'll put swings the other way. Right.
Well, I don't know. I'm now at the realising that unless I plug this with a non-broken brigade, you can just walk across the river.
I quite like the waltz. I quite like.
Yeah.
Not walk.
Well,
Saying I don't know if I've got. No, I've got some. So it'll just be the same as before. Nothing special. So the reinforcements are coming up here.
what have you got as reinforcements?
Just another 4 regiments.
Okay.
That brings us up to,
I'm going to sit down.
and they'll just come on
Right.
with the last base.
It's interesting. It's almost turning this now into me going, you failed to get across. Could you salvage the draw by defending the bridge?
You've got to, haven't you?
Yeah,
I think that's all you can do.
yeah.
But mind you, you can always throw some reinforcements your way.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm sort of torn because I almost feel that would, you know, I've had the joy of fighting 3 against 2, and now you've got an extra one that just flips the battle completely, and I think there's something satisfying with that.
Okay.
Said John just before the historic defeat massacre at the River Run Bridge.
What I should have done is just taken those ones off there, the casualties.
Yes.
In fact, I'll have one of those.
I think this is the joy of wargaming though sometimes, is you've got a terrible situation, how do I
Yes.
salvage it as
Yeah.
best I can?
Yeah.
Because if you get caught up with trying to win all the time,
I just like the look of the whole thing.
Yeah.
And,
telling this story of
yeah.
this desperate battle for this vital river crossing.
We'll have to come up with a name for this.
Yes.
Right, so John. Oh, my firing, isn't it?
No, we don't have to do that if you just go straight
Um,
into
Right. Nearly forgot that. Now, so my breech loaders, as usual. So I'm going to have to pour into that. I think so. First of all, put the artillery onto that regiment. So that's a miss.
Ooh.
So it's 3. So 4, 5 or 6 from this one. That's 1. 5 or 6 from this one. That's another one. Another one. 5 or 6 from this one.
Ooh, a disorder.
That's 4 and a disorder.
4 and a disorder on 3, 4, 5 or 6. Oh, 3 1s and a 6. So that's 3.
Ah. I think, just to add insult to injury, they can just get in there for one final dice. 4 and a
That's a
hit.
hit. So it's a 3, 4, 5 or 6. Save that one.
Damn. So you over. You're not.
No, because they've got stamina 4, because they're the
Of course, yeah, of course they are.
legendary Iron Brigade.
Why did I give you that?
Yeah.
Why? Down here. So we've got the disordered skirmishers into the gun battery. That's a 5 or 6 because
On
you're
small
open order.
target. Yeah.
That's enough. So here,
I think you're close enough to fire the whole shebang.
yes, I fired both at the regiment, I think. That'll be 6 shots, won't it? Requiring 4s. There's 3 hits including a disorder.
And that disorder never comes off. So behind the wall, so that's 3, 4, 5 or 6. They actually save all of them, but the disorder stays forever.
And the artillery will fire at that as well with ranges. Yes, they'll be 24. 2 dice, 4s, 2 hits.
2 hits, 5 or 6 saves. Fail both, so that is 2 hits.
Notice, and they're still shaken, is it?
No, it's shaking at 3. It's all right. They're about to run away.
Yeah.
Um,
That's me done.
Brilliant. Okay, I'm going to start on this side because I have to make some moves. Now, these have now got enemy within 12, enemy within 12. These guys are okay. I feel that, although it doesn't specify, these guys would limber and do a full move away.
Okay.
I think if they're not within 12 again, they might unlimber next turn if they can be ordered to. But I think they limber and it's a 12-inch move away.
Yeah, okay.
Obligated, if you're happy with that.
Yep. More than happy.
Good. These guys as well, even though they're disordered, they can't stop being disordered, so they're going to make a full 12-inch move away. Somebody's going to, the comments are going to be alive.
Oh, yeah.
Brother Brigade,
What's he doing?
how we play. Now, these guys are okay. So the skirmishers are going to stay there and take pot shots. Does he have much of a purpose? Well, I suppose if we are going to stop and unlimber and fire some more guns. These guys are okay. I'm going to leave them there to hopefully trade some fire. Now, I'm going to withdraw these guys. Now, interpenetration of units is funny, isn't it?
It's within 24, isn't it,
Of an enemy. So
Yeah.
that actually makes that a bit awkward. What I might do...
What was the plan to move?
Well, I want to start moving these guys this way.
Yeah.
So I was going to bring them back here, but what I don't want is these guys upsetting my units when they have to retire. So I might... I suppose...
So is that only if you're advancing through, not retreating through? Is
Well-
that, would that be
Good question.
passage of lines? And the advancing unit has to pass through half the...
Oh, right. Okay, so they can run through us absolutely fine.
Any interpenetration unit within 24 inches of the enemy that involves half or more of the advancing regiment.
Right, so I could actually get them along a line
I think
here.
so. Unless I can find something else, but I think we'll go with that.
Okay,
I like this chapter here, let common sense prevail.
yeah.
No, never.
Yeah, absolutely. Not when I'm playing. I'm going to do a sideways move across here, so we're basically hopping the fence, but in a line with this unit. I need to start plugging,
Yes, it says
planning to plug the gap.
advances. The unit advances.
Right. So fleeing guys will just run through us. Okay, in which case these guys are going to come behind these guys, which I think will possibly be 2 moves. here. And then skirmishers are shaken. Shall I send them across the river?
You could, couldn't you?
Just here. However, we're not at the edge of the river, we're at the edge of the forest. So I think we'd have to totter forward. So I think we'll probably leave them there to shoot at your skirmishers.
I'll take these off.
Oh yeah. Swarves are okay there. These guys are 3 and disordered here. Oh, do I want to jog the Zouaves away? This is the problem, is you end up with, actually I quite like you guys, you to move where they are and you to move elsewhere.
Just shuffle down a bit.
Yeah, but it's whether I want to, it's that hold your breath, these guys move away, but these guys fail their order.
Yeah, that's right.
Are you better off just holding? I wonder if I'm going to hold that for a turn, especially if these guys are potentially going to run away. These guys are okay. I think I'm going to rally these guys.
Yeah, about to say that. Get Mr. John Gibbon in there.
Yeah, there we go. So they're down to 2. Need some bowstring. Right. How do we save this? Okay, from the right. Although now there's a big pile of troops here. I think I want to persuade you not to come and cross here. So we're going to fire at these guys again. It's 3 dice at 4s. And they've got 2 hits and a
Disorder.
Yeah, saving on
2 hits, saving on 6s. Come on, at least one.
Oh, gets 1 save. These guys are going to shoot across on 3s. No, 4s, sorry. 3 dice at 4s. That brain thing's happening again. Right, that's 2 hits. But,
Saving on 3s. Here we go. So that's another one.
Oh, that's good.
2.
These guys are disordered and they're going to have to fire it straight ahead. So that is 3 dice on 5s. And they've got a hit with a disorder.
Saving on a 3.
Oh. These guys straight ahead hitting on 4s. They've not got breach rolls anymore. They've got a hit and a disorder.
I need to save this because they're on 2 already. Saves it.
Right. And then the artillery, which I think was 1 dice on 5 or 6. And they got a 5.
Saving on a 6. Oh, so they're shaken.
In fact, I'm going to shoot them with the skirmishers on a 4, 5 or 6. No, they miss. Right, over here, these guys are going to shoot across at the nearest target, which is these guys. So that is 3 shots. Checking they're not actually in 12, but they're not. Just so 3 shots at 4, 5 or 6. They've got 2 and a disorder.
On
These guys.
2 and a disorder. So this is not good. So they're shaken already, so I need 2 saves here, don't I?
And they're on 4, 5 or 6.
Oh, saves
no.
them both!
These guys disordered can just about reach.
I think so.
So that is 5s or 6s. No!
Oh, I got away with it. Because that will put me down to half.
I know. Are the skirmishers allowed to pick their target?
I think so.
Okay, so the skirmishers will
Okay.
1 shot at them on 3, 4, 5
No
or
way.
6. They miss.
Oh, gets away with it. Gets away
And that's
with
your
it.
turn.
Phew. So I'll start down this end. Might as well. So the artillery, just so I can hit there. There's no point me. So quite a few targets, so they'll stay there. What am I doing? What am I doing? Yes, this don't get anything for hanging around, so I might as well move this regiment to the riverbank. This rightmost 7 to there. Get you ready to cross. The skirmishers will cross the fence and
Well,
line.
their disorder's gone, hasn't it?
Oh, that's right. Thank you. So they cross. They're on the t'other side. They can't do anything. And these will, I think they'll have to stay there at the moment.
Going desperate again over in
It is, you see.
the Union side.
The reinforcements turn up exactly the wrong place. And I've split it with this hill for some reason.
Yes.
Why have I done that?
You're suffering from that attack of thing that I suffer from constantly, which is I must go around all
Yeah. Or just
terrain pieces all the
concentrate
time.
and get there all at the same time. Disordered, so they're not going anywhere. I'm going to have to now if I do a move as far as I can that way,
Mhm.
I can't do a brigade move because they've got to remain within 6 inches at the end.
Yes.
They're pointing in the wrong direction.
Oh.
So, I'll move this one.
I suppose you could move 2, but then of course you're marching your general away from your
Yes.
other 2.
Oh, what an absolute.
Do you want to redo that?
No, I think it's
Ooh.
fog of war.
Okay.
It is what it is. Let's move this one 2 moves that way. 7.
Come on, March 6.
So that's 2 moves.
Yes.
So he's off and round.
Towards the gap.
This guy will follow suit. 7. That's
Another
2
2.
moves.
Yeah.
The guns will move around about here, which will be 1 move. Should have been bolder.
Mm.
This one here will about 1 move and move round. He won't get a free move, will he?
Well, I suppose you would then turn them all around.
Yes.
That would be your free move as the first action.
And move 3. Watch this. 8.
That's just 1.
That's
That's
about, isn't it?
yeah.
But still having not failed yet. This one will do the same, just 1 move. That's that. So he moves around. I'll move the general. They're more than 24 inches apart, look. Move him there, he's important. Skirmishes through the woods and across here as far as we can go. On an 11, it's not going to happen. Right, so, God, wear me down. I'm trying to organise some shooting now, I think. So these are all disordered. So they'll bring down L upon those chaps behind the fence, requiring 5s from this lot here, and the artillery will fire at those as well, and the skirmishers. So the skirmishers as well, they're different dice.
Oh my goodness.
So that's
4 hits and a disordered.
skirmishers, that's another hit, and artillery, no, that's a miss. So 4 hits.
On 3. They take 1, so they're down to 3.
Oh, I can't seem to. Down to my right flank, down to river.
Did you fire the artillery?
I did, they missed again.
Oh, okay, sorry.
It seemed quite a good idea putting them so far behind the lines.
Yeah, it's quite addicting putting them up a hill, but sort of these guys have been firing one shot.
I don't use my artillery aggressively enough in all my games. You've got to be prepared to lose them, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Now these can fire straight across. No, they can't, because are they in range or out of range? 18.
I think they're just out.
So
It comes to just this line.
So they can fire across there.
Yes.
They'll have to fire at the skirmishers. So these guys here firing on 5s to hit those. At the skirmishers, which will be 4s.
Down. 4's down to
5s.
Ooh, 3 hits.
And the skirmishers, 3.
So that's 3 saves of 3, 4, 5 or 6. Which I make, but they are disordered. And they never can be undisordered.
Artillery will fire. Measured it already, but I can't remember what I said. So they're long range, 1 shot.
When disordered, never to be undisordered. So that is a 6. No, so they take a wound.
That's it, that's mate B done.
I think these guys aren't within 12 still. They can stay, I'm going to try and unlimber these guns. No, blunder! A number 1.
Oh. 1, rapid retreat, 2 moves.
So that's probably, we'll call them off the table. So the artillery is gone. There goes my plan of sitting sniping with it.
Which was all self-inflicted?
Yeah.
Nothing to do with me?
Absolutely. Okay, so now this brigade are this unit and this unit.
They've got 3 regiments, haven't they, in that brigade?
Yes, currently 3. I think I'm going to continue moving these guys across. Yep, so I'm just going to move them here. They can't move more than 6 inches because Swards are going to stay where they are, these guys are going to stay where they are. I almost wonder if I need to bring these guys back and actually just, but then I'm inviting you over the river, but I'm hoping I can just get them to go.
Yeah, because then I'll be in the same boat, it'll be a standoff, won't it?
Right, over here, we'll leave the Zouaves there. I think we will attempt to send these guys as far as possible to behind these Zouaves because that would make me feel better. We'll just relieve them, so that's a 5, so that is, I think, 6, 1, 2, 3, so I think it does get me behind them. I think, however, if I want to march the Zouaves off, because, I think because I'm trying to move them backwards, I think they'll need to move into a march column.
I think so. Did we say anything over 6 inches shove? You've got to really go into the column, haven't you?
I wonder if that's what I should have done.
No, we'll next time.
What I can do is, we'll say, march column 6 inches.
Just turn them around.
Yeah. But I think that's one of my 6-inch moves, so I'll bring them back. It doesn't make too much difference to my plan because I just want them along this fence line. And I will attempt to rally here again.
Flag at the front, John.
Oh.
You know what they'll say? What?
That poor flag guy is going to have to run up to the front of the column, back down to the middle. Attempting to rally 9. No. Right, so that is now on to shooting. I'm going to start over this side, make me feel better. These guys, the artillery against the guys at the end of the fence.
Oh, so these disorders come off, don't they?
Yes, they've gone.
I'll put them back on in a moment.
Well, if you could, that'd be great. So 3 dice on 4s against them. That's a disorder, so 2 hits and a disorder.
But it's that saving on 6s.
6s.
Come on, I've got to save 1.
Oh,
No,
yes.
no, so they're
And I'm
1
going to
over.
fire on them with these in excitement. So that's 4, 5 or 6s. And that's 2 hits.
Saving on 3s. Oh, it's another 2 down. So I'm 4 over. No, 3 over.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, I don't think anything's going to shoot at that.
But
one.
it's 3 over. But it's the artillery, isn't
And
it?
it's an artillery and a disordered.
So it's 5. 5. Oh dear. 9 goes to 4. They're off, aren't they?
Wow.
Darn.
And are they broken?
They are broken, aren't they? A broken brigade.
Oof.
Well, I have to turn those round now.
Yeah. So this disordered unit against the guys ahead of them, so they're hitting on 5s or 6s, and 1 hit with a disorder, which never comes off because they're broken. I know this.
And that's 2, is it?
No, it's just 1 hit.
1 hit. Saving on 3s. No, that's another one.
Now the Zouaves against these guys. So that is going to be 3 shots.
4s.
4s. They do 2 hits, but no.
Okay, I need to save this. 3s.
Oh.
Saves them both.
The artillery, 1 shot down at them. Miss. Desperation smacks in again. Skirmishers, 1 shot. 6.
No, no,
Disorder.
Disorders them. Because save this for stopping the break test. And he
Oh, and they do.
saves.
Rats. However, I could do the trick I've just outlanded to you on these guys by sending the skirmishers across. Over on this side, and then attempt to break this brigade. These guys against this unit. So they're disordered, so it's going to be 5s and 6s. And I hit 1 and disorder.
So I need to save this, don't I? No! So they go 1 over.
However, now, just before you take the break test, I think we're in range with these guys. So that's 3. However, we've got 2 fences, so you
Obscured.
count as obscured. It's 5 or 6. But I get 2 hits.
Saving on 4s. Save them both.
Oh. Right.
Anything else on
So
there?
that's it. So if they probably need a break
Break
test.
test minusing.
minus
2.
2.
Right, here we go. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I think that's
9
gonna be
goes down
hold.
to 7. They're
That's
okay.
hold. However,
I can't see it's either getting across the river.
no.
I really can't.
However, I think, yeah, I'm hopeful.
So that's it, is it?
Yes, but they're still an intact brigade.
So let's do this bit down here.
Now, this disorder comes away.
I might sort of stay on. Okay, so down here, now this brigade will march this one across the river. 8, that's good enough.
I didn't realise that becomes such a good place to cross because you get the cover on the other side.
Yes, the skirmishers will follow. 8,
Yep.
that's good enough. Now these, if I remember, I can't hit you, can I, there? So they're going to have to come out and move 6 inches across the fence. Should be 12. I don't know. It's a whisker if
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, I
You
think
hear
it might
it.
not quite. Yeah,
No, I don't think it is. And the last, he can rally now, can't he, this guy?
Yes, they can.
Okay, so that comes down to over to this area here, which I mustn't forget. Not important. So I've got reinforcements going that way. They're isolated, disordered and shaken. So this brigade will do a rally order.
I don't think you can because they're a broken brigade now.
Oh,
So you can't rally,
so-
you can't. They're
so I'm
stuck, disordered and shaken.
disordered. So it's down to these people here. See, if I come around here, it's going to suck everything in here.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's quite a quandary. It turned into quite an interesting.
Yes, it has.
It was
hasn't
an interesting game earlier, but this is now.
Now, my general can only be in one place at once.
Yeah.
So if he goes with this lot, these will be isolated. So
Yes.
the chances are, so it's every 12 inches, it's -1 to their command,
Yeah.
isn't it? Well, so they're -1 at the moment over there. But they get the free move
Yes.
because they're in column. So what I'll do here then, I'm going to move this one forward 2 moves.
Which you can.
Yes, so that's right there. So this one here will move forward 1 move. Which should have been 2 moves, I should have said, because you can always move 1 move anyway, can't you?
Yeah.
In column of march. The guns, I think what I might do is move here. So that's with those. These are going to move here and limber. That's 2 moves.
Oh yeah.
This guy here is going to move 2 moves this way.
Oh yeah.
Does it? So that'll be 2 moves that way as well. Throw low, 2 moves coming round. 8 goes down to 7, doesn't it?
Which is
Up to 8,
one.
so that's 1 move to here. The skirmishers are going to move up to the fence. 1 move. So they move up.
Oh, I don't know if I can do this.
That gives me 1 shot that could be important. Right, that's that. I don't think there's anything else. Where are we pointing at? So shooting, I'll work my way along. So against that.
Okie dokie.
So the skirmishers, first of all. That's a miss.
No, is it? Because they get
3.
+1 for being.
Oh yes,
skirmish.
that's right. So
that's
I'll find more.
These are all on 5.
5s. Ah, that was mine.
However, they got 6.
So can the guns actually hit something? That was 2 more. So that's
So 2
3.
more. And a disorder.
Guns.
Yeah.
They finally hit
Yes.
something. So that's the one you want to fail.
Right. So this is on a 6.
Bugger.
And then the other 3. I'll pass. However, disordered.
Oh,
Because they're a whisker away from a broken brigade as well.
yes. Did I fire these?
No.
No. Exactly. Anything, isn't it?
Yeah. So you could.
Theoretically. No. Right. Moving round. Now we said you can't fire, but they're across,
They're
aren't
over,
they?
yeah.
So they can fire, do you think? 'Cause they move one move, but I don't think they. I think they're too busy. I think
Yeah,
they can
if they're
fire
doing a
next
river
go.
crossing, yeah.
So disordered and not disordered. Okay. So the disordered will fire. That's one hit, and the what's there?
Ooh.
Nothing. So just one hit.
So don't save it, so that's down to 2.
And the artillery. Can they do something? 4. Yes, they. No, it's long range, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's me done.
Oof. Now I'm torn because either I get aggressive because it's my only opportunity to be aggressive because in a minute you're going to flow over here, or do I try and persuade your broken brigade to disappear? But then you've got artillery, so I'm going to be crossing under the. There's 2 artillery guns there. I think the first thing. I can't do anything. Oh, the first thing I need to do is compulsory. So these guys are going to run away. Full retire move. These guys are still okay, so they're staying there. These guys we discussed are still okay. Do I want to do any? The problem I've got is because I've got this sort of 2-directional force. Right, I think I'm going to move these guys 1 move. Is this going to be 1 move? I think it might be 2 moves. What can I feasibly do? I think I'm going to move these guys so they are. It's difficult. I think if you're alright with it, I will pivot them into a line.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
On that side of the. I don't think I can come onto here, but we're facing a line that way. So that is in fact an 8. So we just manage it, and these guys can then get over the fence. If I don't sky them, because right, those guys are there, but they're going to run. They're going to run. These guys are here, but they need to wait. Now this unit. I'm going to get the skirmishers as far across the river as I can. 5. So that's 1 move up to the river, another move across, and then a 6-inch move out.
What have you gone down that for? What have you gone down that for? That's a good move.
However, I think I'm going to leave the Zouaves there for another turn. I think I'll move these guys here. Yeah, I've done that now. I was thinking, I can't really claim the firing over if I'm manhandled them down the hill, so they're in better range. With the Iron Brigade, I think I'm going to stand and shoot it out with you. I'm going to attempt to rally these guys again, and that succeeds that time, so they're down to 2. Right, so shooting. Right, I'm not sure what the artillery can see. I think it might be a bunch of skirmishers, which is going to be -1 for them.
Yes, I thought it's a worthy sacrifice taking your
Yeah, it's 3 dice, 4, 5 or 6 down to 5 or 6. And they hit 1 with a disorder.
So they're disordered. And that's equal to 6, aren't they?
Yes.
No, so that's 1. So
They'll be shaken, which is good. And then this Iron Brigade are going to fire at them down to 5 or 6 is 2. And we get 2 hits.
Saving them 3s.
Oh, so that's
They're
the
off.
break test. No, we still break test with them.
Oh, is it still a break test?
Yeah,
So they go.
they're still a unit, so they'll be 2 over.
Yes. Minusing, because I was under artillery.
-2, yeah, and you took an artillery, so
Yeah.
-3.
-3. 7 goes to 4. They're off, aren't they? 4 under shooting.
There might still be opportunity to get across this river.
Yes, there might be money.
It might ironically become that I managed to get across the river,
But
lose the bridge.
Yes.
We're over. We can't. They're all on the bridge. Right. This unit are going to fire straight ahead. These guys, they're disordered, so they're hitting on 5s and 6s, and they've hit once.
Saving on 3s. Saved.
Okay. The Zouaves are going to fire straight ahead on 4, 5s or 6s. They're going to miss spectacularly, and then one shot hitting on 5 or 6. Miss. Right. Okay. I really want them, although they're going to retire now, which is good.
I've got to retire, haven't I?
Yeah, this is why I said the skirmishes across.
See.
The trickiness to sweep you.
Dirty.
Dirty
move.
This side, we're going to fire straight ahead. They're still firing on 4, 5s or 6s.
Yes.
So there's one hit.
Is that a disorder?
It's not a disorder, no. Just a hit.
Saving on 4s. No.
Right. Well, I've got nothing to follow that up with. These guys are going to shoot at these guys, which I think is obscured because it's across a number of fences.
Yeah.
And you still get the save.
So 5s.
5s. And I get a 6.
So they're disordered. And save of 3. 3 up. 2.
So it's still only on 2 now. These are both obscured targets. So I think both of these are obscured targets. So am I allowed to? I think I'm allowed to elect to fire at these guys.
Okay.
On the principle that they're in the open and.
Yeah, that's fine.
Well, so that's 2 hits.
2 hits. Saving on 4s.
And a disordered, but you've got a disordered.
So that's another one. They become shaken.
Right. And I think that's everything I can do.
The general keeps rallying them, and they keep
in the face of fire. They've been endlessly harried, but it's not enough to force a break test, which is what I wanted. Right.
Have I survived again? No, I haven't, have I? Because I've got to move those.
Yes.
That broken brigade.
All these guys now.
The brigade's broken, but it's down half strength, isn't it? Not including the artillery.
Yes.
So they've got.
Well, anyone within 12. So I don't think these have to retire, but these guys do.
And taking the skirmishes
And
with
the skirmishes as
them.
well.
Right. So they just move just out of 12, do they?
Now I think it has to be a full 12-inch move. Otherwise, it gets gamey that you sort of back off to.
Yes. Okay. So these come back.
So it's essentially a retire move.
To here. To there.
Yep.
So there. And these come back to the other side.
Timothy now gets your.
Which I don't think's a bad trade-off there.
For you or me?
For me.
Okay.
Taking all their baggage. They're okay. So he's disordered with 2 casualties.
They can't lose their disorder. That's
right, isn't it?
These
So
guys will lose their
they'll be
disorder.
hitting with 5s all the time.
Yeah.
So my reinforced brigade is now 1, 2, 3, 4. General's here. Move them up. I'm going to move the generals. So these are out of his command radius.
Right.
I'm going to move this one 2 moves forward to here. This one is going to move 2 moves forward. Oh, lucky. It's taking a long time to cut his grass, isn't it? Sounds like it's got a massive garden.
Yeah. The blown leaves.
The general's going to move there. Oh no, I haven't finished where we move here. These guys here will column of march to here, then form line. There's 2 moves. He's out of command. 8 goes down, goes to 9, goes to 8, so it's 1 move. The artillery, which is in command radius, the manhandle gun 6 inches, wasn't it? And still fire, did we say?
Yeah, I think so, because it counts as 1 move and everything can fire after a move.
So I'll move up to the fence, hopefully.
Oh yeah.
He moves up to the fence. Those skirmishers could do untold damage to me, I just realised that.
If they're out of range at the moment, that would be the trick.
Yeah. So over here, my right flank, which is not too sure what it's doing. The skirmishers will jump. No, wait. Disordered. They're okay. I'll be careful here because I could break, couldn't I? We'll rally off this guy here again.
That's your last move.
Yes, I'm quite happy with that.
That's cool.
So there.
Just before everyone else has to
No, because I just thought,
hang on.
yeah, am I going to march into the firestorm
Captain
and lose
Wilson's
something
name
and
is,
then
reassuring
yeah.
this unit that's been shot at excessively.
Okay, so I'll do my firing starting down this end and see what damage we can do. So it's 3 shots straight across the board. At the nearest.
Yep.
4s. That's 1 hit. And I'll fire these as well, which will be 5s because they're disordered. Oh!
Oh, that's a good one.
3 hits
Right.
and they're disordered.
That disorder can't
And,
come off because they're broken.
The artillery as well.
We've got, this might be it for them. That's
Just
another
hits.
hit. So that is 1 at 6. Nope. And that's 4, 3, no, 4, 5 or 6. So I only save 1. So it's 4 hits, which puts me 3 over. So that's going to come down to 3, but that's 3. Also disordered,
Artillery, is it?
4.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling these will be off. 7, yeah. I can keep that handful of stuff.
Right, the guys behind the wall. Can hit those, but I think you're obscured there. 'Cause
Yeah.
firing across that corner. So I think that'll be 6s, won't it?
Because you disordered,
yeah.
yeah.
No good. So that's it.
These ones.
I think that's me done, John.
Right.
Phew.
Should we have a quick swoop past this?
Yes.
Here we are. So, this end, Confederate forces have crossed the river. Scrambled defence with the broken brigade retiring, but more troops are following. Back here, the reinforcing brigade is marching up to take the bridge. However, across on Fraser's left flank, looks the Iron Brigade is still 3 regiments strong. This brigade on the hill is still 3 regiments strong, or they're scrabbling to defend. Question is for me, now that Fraser's popped out, is do we advance over the river with the Iron Brigade in the face, admittedly, of quite a bit of artillery? 6?
7, I think.
7.
That's 7.
Okay. I did a flyby
Oh,
while we
good.
were out and discussed my options with the internet, who are all shaking their heads. You've lost it, John.
Yeah.
You can't win it
They'll
from
be
here.
berating you for
Right. The big question is, do I push across the river here in the face of, admittedly, 2 lots of artillery? However, with the Iron Brigade,
You
which
can
is
absorb
now-
the casualties, can't you? You should be
Yeah.
able to absorb them.
yeah,
It's the disorders that are all.
yeah. So I think I will start over here. These guys are going to have to sit where they are. These guys are going to jog into this gap, these skirmishers. Yep. so they can add their fire to their disordered fire into the thing. Do I send the Zouaves across as well? But the worry is, I think this commander needs to stay with the battle here, which means Daly's Iron Brigade pointless. I think I might have to just turn them around. So, okay, I've got a plan. That's this unit. They can't do anything else because they're broken. These two are okay, so these guys are going to pivot once again to face that way. So that's fine.
I was rather looking for a shot down your.
I know. So that's one move there. The Zouaves are going to stay where they are. These guys are going to stay where they are. So I may as well try to move these skirmishers through to the other side of the woods. So into a line here.
That's
She's
two moves.
yeah. 6, but -1, so that will be
One move.
one.
Shall I try to?
Yeah.
To just straightforward.
Just, yeah, to the edge of the wood. So these guys will stop at the edge of the wood.
Like that.
That's lovely, and then those guys in between.
I think it's better there.
Which is one move, so I can get a cheeky shot
You can get a cheeky shot.
at your artillery, which would be good. Zouaves I'm going to leave. Now, the Iron Brigade. I think I need to go for it.
You've got to go for it.
So, the first 2 moves, in fact, no, I'm going to have to do them, well, I think I want to do them one at a time because I want to try and, because if these 2 charge off, these guys will just get stranded in a silly thing and march. Right, 9, so that's a fail, can't do anything there. So
I've got a free move in column of.
Oh no, I was talking to these guys, sorry.
So
I didn't really declare what I was doing, but I rolled a 9, so that's done. Right, that's less than exciting, but
But if you've got failed orders, can you still move those as a.
no, because I was ordering these guys in my head, which I didn't announce, but what I was actually doing was, however, do I need to move this general? I think I am going to take my free move to here.
Could be strategically.
Yes. Now, I don't think I can I think I can possibly, with 2 guns, see these guys.
You can pivot them, can't you? For
I
a move.
thought that was a move, but I can't
Oh, you
move.
can't, no.
So it has to be within the 45-degree arc.
Yeah, you probably give it on obscured.
Yeah, or I think maybe 1 dice,
Yes, yeah.
if indeed it is.
Should be 60s, aren't you?
Yeah, but I only got 1 dice over 30, so actually, let's go 1 dice obscured, so that's hitting on a 6.
Okay.
Let's go for it. No! Right. These guys, again, I think you're obscured because I can't see all of you. If my front arc is this, I can see 2 guys.
So
I
do
think
you
it's
take
probably
2
1
dice?
2 dice?
Yeah.
So 2 dice.
4s.
Oh, do you want to give it obscured as well because they're firing at...
Okay, yeah. So.
No, missed. Right, these guys straight ahead, not obscured. So that's 3 hitting on 4s. So that's 3 hits.
3 hits, saving on 3s. They're stamina 2 already. Oh!
So that's a break test.
Yes, so they go to 3 with 1 over. So the casualty over is -1, disordered -2. Here we go. 8 goes 6. Does that retire?
I don't think it is actually, I think it's hold to shooting.
Hold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
rats, most of them fill.
Thankfully.
Right. However, do we Oh yes!
Oh,
That's what I wanted.
so that's 1 dice So that's 4
Yes.
skirmishers,
3.
3
Close
open
range.
order,
But
2,
they're shaken. 3.
and open order target
So down to 4.
4. That's about right, isn't it? So you're shaking.
Yes, because I've got 2 bonuses for close, and you've got two antis because shaken and
And,
open.
yeah,
1 to
Oh.
miss.
they're going to bloody kill you next time.
Right. However, they'll do their damage. So the Zouaves are going to shoot. So that is 4 5s or 6s down to 5s or 6s because you're an open order target,
Yes.
and that's 1 hit with a disorder.
No, I didn't want that disorder. And 1 hit. Oh, that was. Guns at a stamina of 2.
That's 2 first, that right. So gun on gun action. But I think as the guys before weren't in 30, you're also not in 30. So this will be 6. No.
Phew.
These guys across the way now, it's over 1 fence, so that's a clear shot. Are you happy with that?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Cool, so that is 4 5s or 6s, and they miss them all. These guys going ahead, they're obscured, so that's 6 5s or 6s. And they all misses.
Oh.
This is not what I wanted. And these guys will shoot at these guys.
4s.
4s, yes, but you get the save.
No, 3s then, is it? You skirt.
I got a 6, so it doesn't. It's because I'm disordered.
Oh, okay.
So,
So they've sorted it,
that's
it
a 6.
stays on. But I need to save this.
oh,
Saves it.
rats, I really need to get these guys. Right, so I've definitely shot the cannons.
That's you done, is it?
Yeah.
Goodness for that. Oh, I forgot to move the camera. So my reinforcing brigades here,
Yep.
all bunched up, thankfully.
Oh no, that one's not.
Oh, yeah,
that's
yes, it's these 4 here, isn't it? Well, they're staying in place. They're staying in place. That's got to stay there. Hopefully.
No. Well, these guys
Oh,
are
no,
now
they've
within
got
12
moved
of
back,
enemy.
haven't
These
they?
are in 12. I think it's wishful thinking that the artillery is, but yeah.
Is they are,
I
aren't
think
they?
they're there, yeah.
So they're going to have to,
12-inch retire.
and these.
Yeah.
You work me there like a cheap whatever there, John. Straight through the.
Yeah, I think so. We tend to, with retire moves, we tend to go the maximum. So that you're not sort of
Yes.
casually going, I'm just going to flee through this slow terrain, so actually I'm only going 6 inches. It's the same with hills, otherwise you still stay within range.
Yes, that's right. Now these are going to have to move straight back behind the guns
Yeah.
to the edge of the. Right, so that's open. And the general will. So these are going to have to do form into a line. Now when do I do that?
Well, that can be an initiative move, can't it?
Well, it can be, can't it? Forgot about that in this game, haven't we?
Well, I don't think we've actually spent too much time within 12 when we've not had broken brigades.
And it's very unlike us using our initiative, I must admit.
Absolutely.
So they move there. So these are the 12, so they can make an initiative move as well, can't they?
Yes.
As can those two can make initiative moves. So I'll do that, and that's got to be done first before.
Yes, but it
anything
can only
else.
be 1 move, can't it?
Yes,
So,
they're out of 12. So I risk that one. I'm going to risk that as 1 move. That is to deploy into line. Oh no! Wonder. Page 32. My whole plan. It's gone down the.
I'm going to say you're owed at
I've
least
got to be
1.
careful what I say.
Yeah.
Okay, now what do I want here? What we could do with a 5. 1, rapid retreat.
Oh.
2, 2 moves away. So they're off the table, aren't they?
Yes, but they can come back. So
Can they? So if I put them, so I'll be back here.
yeah, I wonder if you just leave the
Command
flag
stand.
bearing
Yeah.
stand on the thing, and then you can move on your next turn.
That's dire.
Oof.
So that's my hold. Yeah, so that stops the whole move, doesn't it?
Yeah.
They can still fire, thankfully. Okay. This is getting interesting. So over to here now. To my right flank. This disorder comes off,
Yes.
but that one stays on.
Or did I? No. Yes.
Yeah, I think
That was a
the
new one. This was a old one. Yeah. Sorry.
So they're not going anywhere. These two, this will move up to the riverbank. 8. This one, a range of 18, is just out. So that if I was there. Yes. I'll move up to the riverbank with these as well. I wanted to. Yes, I'll move up to the riverbank. And this guy here, now, could he go over here and rally off? No, he's got to stay there first, hasn't he? You can't just dash in there.
Yeah, it'd be it needs to be a 12-inch move.
And because they've moved, they can't be rallied now.
No.
So let's move Matey Boy to there. Oh, the skirmishers can move into the wood. 8, 1 move.
Straight towards these.
Yes, please. See how you like it, John.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, that'll be close enough to make these guys retire as well.
Oh, the guns are on the table still.
Oh, and now you get to shoot. Which...
Right, so the artillery, which you can't see, is down there on the hill, and they'll fire. It's got to be against those.
I think so, because these guys are going to retire anyway. So, and these are from a non-broken brigade.
Yeah. Right, one shot.
Oh no!
Oh, disordered.
And saving on a 6. No, so that's down to 2.
Now these can hit.
Yes.
You say all of them?
Yeah.
So they'll fire. These can't hit anything, and they will fire. Must be a central one.
Okay.
So these guys here firing straight ahead on 4s. Get some 2 hits.
4, 5s or 6s. Come on. Oh, I failed both.
No.
Break test.
A break test, is it?
Yep. And they've taken casualties from our. No.
No,
Yeah.
I haven't hired those yet, have I? Oh, yes, I have.
Oh, no, you did.
Yeah, I think so.
So it's casual.
Yes.
So that is 1 plus 2 plus 3. So that's break test plus or minus 3. You gonna?
Oh,
is that it?
Yeah, that's it on those.
Okay. Brace yourself, everybody. Oh,
That's
nice
good.
and high.
6. Okay,
That's a hold.
that's a hold.
Because it's down to a 6, which is hold.
And these will fire onto the middle regiment needing 5s.
However, also shaken
Ah, yes, that's 1 casualty on the centre.
on this one. Right. 4, 5 or 6. Saved.
The skirmisher can't fire because you need to be with a niche. Now here, these will fire. Obscured, do you think?
Yes, I
yeah.
think because you can't see the.
4s obscured, 5 skirmishers 6.
What do you mind you've gone? So that is a disordered, which is annoying because I can't chase around. Because I really want to run.
Yes. Yeah, you
Chase the artillery away. And that's going to be a break test.
on a saving on a 3. Saving
Oh.
on 3.
So that's saved.
Yes, but it's
So that's okay. It's just a disorder.
yeah.
But that's fine. I can carry on shooting at point blank
Now
range.
the artillery, it's got a fire. It's 24 inches half range. That's
So
it,
they're within. Yeah.
got to reload. I need 2 shots here. 2 hits and a disorder. So you're on 6s now. If you fail these.
No, it takes me to my. I have failed them, but it's my stamina is 4 because I'm so brave and iron.
Feel that.
Oh yeah. Oh rats. Okay, we'll keep that.
Yes, okay.
No, that wasn't a break test. That was just a save.
So this is for the break test, isn't it? Yeah. Oh.
Save on a 6. Oh no. So.
Now if they break. That's a broken brigade.
I think that would be you because I then have 2 broken brigades. Well, no, the question will be, can I fight off with my 1 remaining brigade? So,
don't think negatively, think positively.
Absolutely. 8 is high, -1, -2.
6 hold.
Yeah.
That might have been the chance.
Yeah.
Okay, that's me done.
Right.
I think it's me done.
Oof, so you can take your disorders away.
Not the broken brigade, is it?
Oh no, you can't. Yeah, but that will come away. And any over here. Yeah. So that. Oh, desperation.
I missed all of that on camera as well.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I'll just recap what happened there, if I can remember. The 2 guns hit this regiment over there.
They're held, but they're currently shaken. Sorry.
John skirmishes are causing chaos in my ranks, but they're now disordered, so they can't move. And this is my disordered brigade here. The guns remain in place because they're outside of 12, and the reinforcing brigade is stalled.
Right, I think I'm going to push forwards now. This unit is going to...
Passage of lines.
Yeah, it's whether...
They have to move, they have to turn into line, which is 1 move.
Yeah, and then...
Are you within 24? Within advancing? You're not, are you?
Oh, but these guys are.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll leave it. I'm going to cross the this unit then as far forwards.
Oh, you've got to move to the edge of the...
Oh yeah, so it's going to be 1 move here, 1 move across.
No, it's 1 move, then halt, and the next move you're across. That's the way I was playing it, up to...
Oh right, so you can't just charge into
No, so you move up to 1, and then it's a halt.
I don't know if I want to do that
and
now,
then
but I have to.
Across.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I will. 8. So that will be 1 move over to here. I have to, otherwise
You've got to.
there's no chance of salvaging this. It will simply be, am I going to draw or lose? And then I suppose I will attempt to rally these guys. So 3, hooray! So they are now just down to 3 wounds. Now these guys, they can't move. Zouaves, do I push them forwards?
You've got to put the pressure on.
Yeah, because then you've got to... so, up to the river. Yep. Because actually, they can still fire, can't they, until they get into the river. Now what to do here? I suppose I'm going to try and rally these guys. And success, so they come down to 2. Oh, I can't rally them because they're disordered, is that? I think that's
you can't really. No,
correct.
Right.
Right. So there's this unit too, but they're kind of waiting for these guys to be swept away, which is a shame. I should have done it because I think these are now retreating 12, and these guys will retreat 12, taking their disorders with them. Shifting out all the tokens that are living in this forest. Right. Oof. I probably should have done that first because then, but never mind. I think they can still fire. No, they can't, they're out of range. Okay. Yep, out of range or everything. Okay, so firing. Time for something magical to happen. They're on two, they're on two, they're on two. Oh, if I could just push one of them. Be broken brigade. I don't think these cannons can hit anything. These guys, oh, it's from here, isn't it? Can't hit anything. These guys can shoot at the things, and these guys can. So they'll both be hitting on 5s and 6s. So I'll roll them all together because it'll make me feel like the good old 40k days. So everybody hitting on 5s and 6s, that's these two units against these cannon. Not a single 6 or 5.
No way.
Yeah.
What? Got it. I think it's those skirmishes that will do the damage.
Yeah, absolutely, hopefully. These guys, 1 dice hitting on a 6. Nope, got a 5. But, and then the skirmishers, again.
So base is 4, skirmishes 3, close 2, disordered 3, open order 4.
Yeah. 5, so
5.
at least they hit.
Well, let's have a save here. No, so they're shaken.
Shaken. And then this desperate situation, the only one that can fire.
It is a desperate situation.
These guys who are shaken, disordered, and everything. So they are hitting on 5s, and they don't hit a sting. That could be it. So I'm going to take my disorders away and gently wipe the tear, and we'll carry on.
Oh, right. Well, I might as well start this end. So we're going to cross that wall because I can't hit anything else.
Yeah.
So I need to cross the wall,
Although, yeah,
but that's,
it's a 6-inch move.
yes. I'll cross the wall at 6 inches and then try
Go from
and
the line in.
find my line, the gap there, I suppose.
Ooh,
But no, it's not.
great.
Bugger. We need a bleeper.
Yeah. It's alright, we don't put them on for YouTube kids.
Yeah.
Want to learn some swear words?
Yeah. Right. So they can come back on this if
Yeah,
I
I
ran
think
away. So that's the 4 regiment brigade there. They're not going to do anything. Right, so this will move 1 move, no, 2 moves into the corner, which they do. I should have, as per usual, been a bit more bolder.
It's back to optimism again. You've got to say, if I get the 3rd move.
These guys here will move 2 moves up to the onto the road and up to there. 9.
Now,
Column
but are you up 12?
8 out 12,
9. Which is
which is a fail, isn't it? So that's those done.
yeah.
I like that, the sincerity. Yeah.
It's
Oh, that's tough.
out rough.
isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, right, so the firing. Firing.
Now, I think you could move any units that are out with 12 on the proviso you don't move into 12. So I still think
Oh,
if you
so-
want to move them
yes.
forwards in a line.
Okay, yeah, so what I might do is I might form this one round to line this
Yeah.
one. This here. So that's, I can only move 6 inches in the wood, can't I? Which will bring me to there.
Yeah, but at least you can see out. No.
No, it's not. It was a good idea. Okay, right, shooting. Shootings. The artillery. It's got to be. They're ignoring that. So it's, I think, 24. Am I being drawn into that? Perhaps I should be hitting something else. Now what I'll do, as they say about the artillery, you don't tap it, you've got to thump it, haven't you? So they're 2 shots for those against the Iron Brigade. Shaken, so they need 5s. Oh, and these ones up here against the... No, so 2, 2 and a 1. 2 and a 1 back. These will fight obscured.
Yeah.
Do they need 6s?
Yeah, because I think the small unit is good.
All dice or 2 dice? 2 dice, I think, there, because you're around the corner, aren't you? That's a hit. That's not. That's a miss, isn't it?
Yeah.
Coming across.
Oh, that sort of comes up actually. If I run across there now, you get to reversing fire, so it's probably not a good idea.
We haven't used that before, have we?
No.
Did we say there?
Oh yes, they are.
Yes,
now.
they are, aren't they?
You
So
can
it's
sort of-
3. No, they're out.
These shorter range things are a godsend.
So it's 3 shots, requiring 4s.
Straight up 4s.
Oh, 2
disordered, they're stuck there. I'm a little bit worried these might be in a bit of trouble. That's 2 hits, was it?
Yes. Oh, I've got the artillery as well.
Okay. Well, I'll save these because it's different save because I failed both of them, so that's not a great
And
start.
the artillery? No.
Okay, so that is going to be a -3 break test. Oh, they've gone roll low.
They've gone, haven't
Gone. So that is now another broken brigade.
they? And that's the end of my go. Shall we?
I'm okay.
Okay, right.
If
that's
you
fine
want
by
to
me.
carry on playing, just
That's
for
fine
the,
by me.
for the fun of it, I don't. It's how can I restore this? Questionable.
Yes. Did I?
You
Fail
failed.
on that
You
one?
failed, yeah.
Does they get a free move on?
Oh, I suppose they do. Yeah.
They do, don't they?
Yeah, yeah.
To there.
It's whether they're out of range. The question is, these dwarves can't advance anymore. They are broken brigade. They can advance, but they wouldn't be allowed to come within 12.
Oh, okay. So that's
So that
so
now
my centres. That's
it's become a
so that is that part of the broken brigade?
yes. So they'll have to retire
Yes,
now,
they will, won't
and
they?
so your guys can come forward again.
So that'll be just a move like that,
Yes,
I would imagine.
we'll do these automatic ones now. Yeah.
So there.
Rats.
It turns again.
Mm.
If I can get that there, that's safe
You're
for a
pretty
while.
secure.
Yeah. Because I've got this one here as well, haven't I? Which I can feed
Yeah.
into the gap.
And it's whether I actually abandon them a bit, but then of course if I lose them, they become broken.
But
And
Right.
it's whether I turn these guys to the left and march them this way. Slightly difficult. You're only 1 out, so they could always bring them back.
see, what you can do is just go into column and move along the front
Yeah.
because it's all open. I know you're going to take hits on the way, but
Yeah. Yeah.
you have to limber up your artillery and
Yeah.
get everything over. Because as it stands at the moment,
Yeah.
although this is hesitant, this side
Yeah.
here, they are across the river.
Absolutely.
It's looking, you've got to play for the draw, I think.
Yeah. Right. I'm going to turn.
So can you not just move those into the woods?
I could. That wouldn't be a big problem. Yeah.
And bring.
But in a way, they're almost covering the retreat of these
Yeah.
guys from
Yeah.
cutting across. So I think what I'm going to do. I don't think I can pretend they're within range either. Right. Okay. Iron Brigade. I think basically what I'm going to These guys are going to turn to their left, adopt march column and march as far as they can in that direction. 5. So that's going to be turn to the left and then 2 moves. Oh, in fact, no. How do you feel? Because I'm running across the
Oh, that's
bottom of
fine.
this.
It's,
Okay. So that takes me to there. So I've got the Iron Brigade shoring up. However, these guys are further up the hill, so I think they'll probably have to. Right, and they take their 3 with them. These guys are gonna 1, 2, 3. So they're gonna march to here, or 3 moves to here. 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, but they're still in.
yeah, it's working
Proper
well so
march.
far.
Yeah. These guys are going to come back and move. Or do I just do as you suggest?
Well, you're not going to get a save behind the fence, are you?
Yeah. So, okay, so we will adopt march column and as far as we can towards the Zouaves, 8. So all that's going to do is come into this. Oh, I tell you what, I think that might be a breakdown. It's a breakdown.
What's that?
Because they're one
Oh, the one out, are they?
lot out. So yeah.
But they're in they weren't in column.
No, they weren't. They were trying to form the column. Can't get that bonus. Fine. So that's them. These guys. Now, I suppose the difficulty is I either get them out of line and then march them into the woods. I think I'm just going to leave them because I'm going to only be able to do 3 inches if I do a single move. Right. However, got these guys. Oh, they're broken. So broken. However, I'm going to march them into range, so it's going to be a half move. 7. I'm going to march these to the edge of the wood. That's 7. So that's going to be to there. I'm going to march the skirmishers in line with them to the edge of the wood.
It's all going well.
Oh, hang on. They're not going to be able to make it to the edge of the wood. It's too close to these guys. Right. Okay, so I'm going to take this move and go across there. This guy's going to stay here. Okay, so shooting. We'll start from here. And I think I'm going to try these guys. You've got a good save from behind the fence, so that's 4, 5s or 6s. And I hit you twice.
Right, I saved on 3s. Oh, lose a person.
So you're shaken. Now I think you get obscured.
Yeah.
So I think that's 5s or 6s into you guys there. And I get 2 hits.
Saving on 4s. But I saved both. Oh no, that was the one. That was the one.
I will fire across at the guns, hitting on 5s. And I've got a 6, so you're disordered. But that's 1 hit.
And save on a 3. Save. Artillery.
Artillery are going to hit once again on a 6 across there. Oh, 5. Now you can roll 5.
What if that's worth firing those?
Yeah.
Oh, you can't fire across.
No,
the-
it's this is why, yeah. So actually that's me.
Right. So.
It looks pretty good.
Let's go down this end here. We get these moving across the river. 8. That's good enough, isn't it? These guys here will move across the wall and into the wood. Oh, and they do.
Oh.
I'll get the skirmishers over there, John, to line the edge of the wood. 10. No, that breaks down. So I can still move this guy here, can I?
Yes.
Move over here. These are going to move 2 moves. No, they're not. This one here, first of all, is going to move 2 moves through there and around.
Mm-hmm.
7
plus 1.
That's 6. That's 2, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that's 12. 12 there. So up there, I think. These will move 1 move, 2 moves across the fence.
That'd be 1 move.
1 move, which is 6 inches.
Yeah.
And these will just move up 1, I suppose. That's 1 move to there. I'll move 1 move forward. I think I might leave these here. No, I don't have to leave these here, do I? That's part of the brigade. I'll turn these round into column and move as far as I can round this way. 7.
Just a 1
Yeah,
move.
just turning around. The general's going to move over there.
Right.
And we'll try to move these to the flank.
Ooh.
It's only 6. So about here, I think.
-2. -3. -4.
And these will move up. That's out of the woods.
Oh, blunder!
3. Have we had a 3?
No, I don't think we have.
Ever.
Rare and exciting moment.
That's got to be moved to the right or left, isn't it?
Yeah.
3. Move to the left. 1 move to its own left quarter. Which is not
Which
bad.
is not bad.
Not
because
bad.
Any ambitions I had about your left flank
Yes, it's
are now dead.
right. So once again, I've missed everything there. So the remnants of the shattered brigade have luckily moved to the left.
Yes.
So that's 2 disordered regiments and a gun battery, which should hopefully nullify John. The reinforcing brigade has now moved up. So we'll do some shooting. Fire the guns on the hill into the Zouaves. Nope. And 2 shots from this disordered battery hitting on 5s. 1 hit.
1 hit.
Saving on 6.
No. So they take a, dare I say, their first wound.
It's their first one.
Mm.
And here, as usual, I can't remember the range. You're out of
It was about 8. 18? Yeah.
Just out. But these can, they move
Yes.
once, but they're obscured, aren't they?
Or they just crossed the river. We said you can.
Oh,
when you
yes,
cross
well
the
said.
river.
Strangely,
I remembered it.
Yeah.
Don't shoot at me anymore.
Skirmishers didn't move, did they? But they can't see. It's just the guns on the hill.
Yeah.
But I don't know if they've got the range.
I think they probably do, but only for a. Yeah. If you want to fire at them. Yeah.
48.
Yeah.
So a single shot, 4
Mhm.
long range fire. So So that's my move.
It's really if I can hold you off here. This is from a different broken brigade. So these guys, just quick check, I'm not within 12 here. Might want to throw your skirmishers forwards. So they're okay. I think I'm going to try and move my skirmishers to the front of the unit here. Keep the fire up. Okay, that's 6. There, right. That's this brigade, and you may as well be here. Skirmishers are disordered, so they're -1. The tree has fallen down. Right. This broken brigade. Are they within 12? No. So I think I'll keep these guys here, although it's getting stacked a bit. Iron Brigade, I'm going to put these guys into line. Yes, so they are now in line. And these guys I'm going to put into line and advance as far as they can get through the woods. Not with a 9 they won't. So that breaks down. So that is
You're
it.
calling?
Oh yeah, so that's +1, so they can move into line. Oh, thanks. And importantly, it doesn't break down. Now, the people with the lowest
Casualty rates.
distance is these. So I'm going to attempt to order them into a column of march and then as far towards the bridge as they can make it across here. However, it's -3, so they need a 5. And I do it, it's a 4! So now I get to benefit from their free move.
You haven't been that lucky today.
No,
have you?
no.
You're the dice
It's
gods
about
are.
time, just near the end.
Yeah.
Same with these. These are now -4, so I'm going to limber them and move them as far as I can. That's a 7, so it doesn't hold out. So that's the breakdown of all mine. Now the shooting. I'm going to start with this brigade, who've got 4 shots, 4, 5 or 6. However, they're obscured because I can't see. Oh, hang on, no. It's dependent on everybody seeing part of the unit. So actually they're not obscured, but you are in heavy cover. So that's 4 shots on 3, 4, 5 or 6. That's 2 hits and 1 disorder. As in 2 and a disorder.
So I'm saving on. That's a disorder. Saving on 3. Come on.
Oh.
Save them.
I think you're both obscured wherever I go. I think though I'm going to fire at this one because it's got less of a save. So we're hitting on 5s or 6s, and that's it. And I get 2 hits with a disordered.
So here we go. I can do this. 4s. Oh, it takes 1.
But I'm going to need some shaking.
Shaking.
Right, and this unit of Iron Brigade are going to shoot at this. They can't reach this unit, which I really wanted. I would have, had I thought of that, I would have poured everything into this one. Oh, sorry. That one's dead. So that is 3, and it's
Obscured there, isn't it? I think. Across the walls.
oh yeah, it's 2
Yeah.
rolls. Sorry, yeah. So that's 5s or 6s. Nothing. Enough shoot at these guys. On 5s or 6s. 1 hit and disordered, so that disordered stays
On the guns.
on the guns, yeah.
Saving on a 4. 3.
Definitely.
Saved.
And then the guns on 1 dice, hitting on a 6.
Guns are awful today, aren't they?
No, I've
Yeah,
not had, and I think that is. I might be able to get 1 shot at you in the woods. Because I'm 60, aren't I?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, so a shot at you in the woods on a 5 or 6. Because you get the save,
Yes.
but mess anyway. And that's it.
That's that. Okay, so Confederates. Disorders stay on
Yes, I think you've earned
yes,
those, and
yeah. That's one over there is shaking. Is
that's shaking, so they can move.
I'm going to move the skirmishers right out into the middle. Right. As far
Now
as
we were doing the command.
yes, as far as I can go.
I think that's 2.
Two, you might see two, so that would be moved about here.
So that'll be 1 move. Yeah, I think that'll be 1 move.
Now, that's a blunder. Now, let's see if I move forward.
Can you roll the dice? Think
Can I
and see
roll
where
the-
you want to be. I think that's a 6, isn't it? Move forward. Is that?
Charge,
Yeah.
or 5 is 1 move forward. So it's a 5 or 6, and you might start crumbling there.
Yeah.
5, 1
is that the
move forward.
Looked so good for a second.
How lucky was that?
Because that's going to be them as well. Everybody's going to start
Yes, I think
fleeing
it's
to the hills.
end of days now, isn't it? I think the infantry in the wood will pivot around 1 move. That's all they can do, which they do. Pivot around 6 inches. Disordered can't move. So the reinforcers, generals here. So these.
I think you could march them across the bridge.
Yeah, I think march them up to the river bank and form the line.
Yes, that's good enough because that's 2 moves.
So they'll form line there, and these will just move forward 1 move. And these will just about face and form line. They can do
They're getting tired of.
yes, they can't catch up.
Yeah, I think that would be a free move, wouldn't it? I think because of the
I
distance.
don't think you can change formation with free move, can you?
Oh, right.
I think it's just move forward.
Do it 1.
Yeah.
Okay, that's my mistake.
Uh,
I suspect you might have failed that, but it's no.
What, that one there?
Yeah, because you've got 8, which is on the dot, but you're miles away from your
Yes.
commander. But it's whether you're.
Yes.
It doesn't matter. I think I'm about to call the retreat.
Yes, I think so. Just a bit of shooting.
Go on.
Guns against the Zouaves. 1 there.
Oh!
And 2 here. That's 2 hits.
So that's 1 wound and disordered, obviously. The disordered will never come off.
And I think we'll call it a day there, John.
I think so. I think you've carried the day.
Just about.
Let's have a quick swoop.
So over here, the guns from the original brigade is still there.
Well, the original regiment has
That's
made
over
it crossing
there.
into the 5th.
And these 2.
Yeah,
These are the reinforcing.
pretty much holding the bridge as per
Reinforcing
General
brigade.
Lee's commands.
But this is that's from the reinforcing
Yeah.
brigade, and the original shattered.
Broken but still holding the line here. Over there, the cut off or abandoned Iron Brigade.
Who didn't have their best days today.
No.
I think luck was against them.
Yeah. However, I must say, excellent scenario.
Well,
I think that's a really neat idea, having a bit where one side is the attacker and then a second portion.
yes, I think, as we said before, that you just don't want to batter up against something, do you?
Yeah. And I think I think it really worked because I had to think in 2 ways. And one is you've got a time limit. You can't just and I wonder if I don't know. I'll have to go back and think hard about it. I think my dice at the beginning let me down.
I think so.
And I always find, particularly with American Civil War black powder, there's usually the best moment for you to attack. You form into 2 lines, and then you don't know that it will be the best moment.
No, that's it. Isn't
But
it?
it is the best moment.
I'm sure that will come with experience.
And if it's gone, but you're always hanging on for
just the extra,
could just
one extra
and
casualty.
and for this side it was just get the brake test that never quite manifested.
But it's interesting that we're playing towards the broken brigades now, isn't it?
Yes.
Which we never did before. So I suppose that's learning the rules, isn't it? That's
and I think it does make for a more interesting game because there's two sort of ways to look at it, because we don't. You either it becomes difficult because actually the game, once you've got a broken brigade, the game becomes about plugging the gap left by the broken brigade. I think there maybe was a sniff of a point where I might have been able to, despite a broken brigade, pull it out.
Yeah.
When your brigade broke really, and it became 2 brigades on 2 brigades. But the difficulty I had was both of them were sat on 3, were 1 regiment loss away from being broken themselves.
Yeah.
And so it was not getting too daring.
But then again, I think so with the Iron Brigade there and their extra stamina point, which makes a huge difference. That sometimes it's just barrel forward. And take the hits. But it depends on the terrain. Obviously, it's a lot easier said than done. And it's hard to do a brigade move in terrain like this, isn't it?
Yes.
It's all a little bit different.
And I think because there's and I think it's the right rules. You've got to get up to the river, then you've got to cross on the next turn. You really couldn't have done it in the face of unscathed.
No, that's too much. So you
infantry.
have to whittle it down. But as you said, you've got to find and identify when the right time to go is.
And the problem is, once it's passed and you go, I should have gone then. It's no use.
No, you're on the back foot then, aren't you?
But becoming repetitive. I think it's a really neat scenario with.
Well, the
you've got
idea of the Confederates counter-attacking was an addition, wasn't it? First of all, it was just going to be a straight 2 versus 3, but then, as you said, it's you might as well be playing Zulus and British, mightn't you? Because you're just fighting him off.
It just makes that little bit of movement. But I like it was subtly different, so that I could go anywhere across, whereas you had to be near the bridge. Which obviously succeeded. Which almost, I wonder, because really my early strategy, I was expecting it to be my right flank, was because their stamina and they would win the shooting match, and somewhere they'd be able to get across. As it was, the break came in the middle, and I don't think I was quite prepared.
No, and as soon as I saw that regiment go there, I thought, well, that's trouble. But again, as I said earlier, we don't use the artillery aggressively enough, because you're taking pot shots with 1 dice.
You need to get it up into a.
You've got to get it forward and be prepared to lose it.
Because actually, compared with our regiments, they don't count towards the broken brigade.
No,
so if they're attracting fire, because over here, I had a wonderful line on the left flank. I had 2 units sat behind walls, and unfortunately they were focused on in turn. Once again, I can't seem to roll a break
because I was firing at the regiments rather than the battery, because the batteries are that much harder to hit. So we might as well get them forward. And say it doesn't count towards brigade strength, does it?
And particularly, I think there's probably an argument for you parking on the hills, because I was going to try and come across. But for me, to put this up here, this was just throwing 1 dice when I remembered it all game, and really hasn't done a single thing. Whereas if I, rolled it up to here, shooting 3 dice across the. Across the.
Good game. I enjoyed it very much. And getting the flavour for the Black Powder again now.
I'm starting to remember the rules.
Yes.
Funnily enough, I don't think there's a huge amount of description about the skirmishers. I'm not sure if the argument might be that this is our own house rule that we park the skirmishers against the I'm sure somebody on the
Well, that's Grand Manor. That
Yeah.
If you up
You can
against
absorb
your
the
parent
skirmishes,
unit, you fire
yeah.
through. And when you have infantry charging, you move the skirmishers back. But I think isn't it a mixed order thing?
Yeah, so
which we haven't really looked
I
at.
don't know if they're a. Oh, and certainly in this there can be mixed order, can't there?
Yes.
I can't remember because they did a lot of skirmishing. Yeah.
Okay. Great game. Thanks for watching again. Apologies about the noise next door. Certainly wasn't our choice of music. And hopefully we'll play another game soon. Again, if you want to request a period or game system, let us know, and we'll probably totally ignore you.
Or suggestions for scenarios.
Yes, we like that, don't we? Okay, thanks for watching. Right, 2 seconds into it.
Oh, golly.
Quick!
It's
Okay.
starting.
So how do you play the game? Turn sequence. Okay, so you're off.
Yes, and it's all going to be march moves. So they're all in column of march. So it's +2 to the result.
Is it +2 or +1? Plus
I think it's +2 if you're
on a
in
road.
column of march. Oh, column of march on a road.
Yeah.
That's just these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't take long. I think it took about
First rule error.
25 seconds.
Brilliant. Where John has tried to reimagine the rules, favouring himself.
As soon as we turn on the camera, the next door starts cutting his lawn again.
Yeah. He's like, oh, those guys making
Yeah.
a video. Right, so we will start anywhere. We might just have to recap, but you didn't really
Yeah.
do anything.
No. Is it on?
It's on.
And this today of bollocks. Sorry,